All glory to you, Father, the creator, the writer, for the abundance of this ministry, to be able to suffer another day for your name, for your Shem's sake. I'm out here. Thought I'd start outside here. This I can't wait to get away from this world and not do this anymore. This is just an apostasy. We're just getting sprayed like bugs and people just don't care. So what's going on, lady? Oh, we got the, oh man, the camera's garbage. Yeah, what do we got all over the camera? Oh, there we go. Got one of the ladies out running around. So, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? You get out, you jump out of there. Oh, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right, anyways, so look at this. Father, I know you're doing this, but I'm so ready to leave this world where this, you know, this is disgusting. This is unacceptable. And I know Father's creating this, so I'm not anxious. I ain't trying to. I have a chemtrail literally tattooed on my body to show Father that I'm paying attention, that it matters to me. So I don't know nobody else that has a, you know, a literal chemtrail tattooed on their body, because this is just, you know, just spraying, being like bugs, you know. This is, I'm ready to leave this world, Father. I'll stay here as long as you keep me here, but I'm not okay with this. This is just all sprayed in. It would be a clear blue sky out here. Would be a cloud in the sky. Wouldn't be one cloud. Well, yeah, there would. Over here, look. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, sweetheart? Hold on, we'll take a pause for the ladies. What are you doing? Did you get out? Did you get out? All right, but anyways, so if we go over here, see, this is all sprayed in here. If you look over here, we do have some, you know, over here, but this is just all sprayed in. Why are we okay with this? Look at this. Look at this. This one here has the this one here. See, this is what I'm talking about. This one has the shadow. This one has the shadow. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Why are we okay with letting them do to this? What are you doing, sweetheart? What are you doing, P? Hi, little girl. Come over here to see your puppy. Come here to be with the boy. So, look at this. Look at this dark. I don't have the best camera, but look at this. Just talking about him spraying in a whole different trail. A shadow trail. There's a second one right here. So, you know, these people say that these governments are, this is what Father told us to stand against. And you don't have to sit there and be blowing up, you know, out of the sky with surface-to-air missiles, land-to-air weapons, laws, or SAMs. But what I'm saying is, I put out videos about this 12 years ago, guys. 12 years ago, I put out videos of this, and everybody told me I was crazy. Then I got a chemtrail tattooed on my body, a chemtrailer. I mean, this is just, I'm ready to go whenever you guys are. Plus, the president is a Cheetophile, you know, whatever. Whatever, man. Father's in control. I ain't tripping. It's just, I'm just wake up and walk out and see this kind of stuff day after day. And like people say they give a rat's, you know what? There's water over there too, sweetheart. Sweetie, there's water over here and there's a bucket over there. There's more buckets. Let's go up front. Let me show you. I put those license plates. Come on, Puppin. Please don't bark in my ear. Please don't bark in my ear. It's too early. Hey. He trying to herd me. Says, hey, Pants, I'm not a dog. I know, Puppin. I love you. It's okay, Bubby. Stop, please. It's too early for that. I love you. He thinks I'm the puppy. He don't have nobody to, you know what I'm saying? His routine's all off. So painted, got those tires put on there. I'm eventually going to get some better tires. Those aren't the best tires, but they're better. I got it all aligned and got it, you know, double, had to double pay to get it done, but that's the way Father kicks my ass all the time. You know how that works. But painted those with the ISIS beige, ISIS, not the ICE terrorists on the streets of America. Hashtag they're putting in the ice wall around all of you with these ISIS terrorists. They're not humanity. So get yourself a vehicle that you can get off the road, brothers and sisters. This could be your most important asset other than your, the word itself, but that's not a physical. What are you doing, sweetheart? And go follow us up front. Where's your brother? Where's your brother? Where's your brother, sweetheart? She has the coolest tail ever. Yeah, coolest tail ever. I love you, sweetheart. You're my best kitten girl I ever did have. You're my best kitten girl. Hey, Sweepy. You're such a good girl. I love you. Thanks for being the best mouser in the whole wide world. You're the best mouse and kitten I ever did have. You and Yes, your boy. So, but anyways, I painted these with the ISIS beige, and then I clear coated them. Sweetheart, what are you doing? Hi, Dweepy. You want to say hi? Want to say hi to everybody? You want to come up and say hi to the dad? I love you. I love you. Let's go out front. Come on, let's go out front. You coming? So, but anyways, having something like this is going to be one of your biggest assets. It's just to get away from people, brothers and sisters. I'm not a violent. I know I'm not a violent guy, or I'm not calling for violence. This is a way to get away from, people who want to fight. Yeah, the prettiest tail. She got white spot on the end of her tail, like that. Because her dad was just like Yasher. Where you at, Yasher boy? Dad's going out front. Dad's going out front. So let's go up front. I want to show you license plates. If you guys want to, if you're from out of state, you can donate a license plate if you want. There's a P.O. box in the front. But anyways, I got some Morgan plates. I'll trade you or whatever or something. But anyways, I'd like to get a rooftop tent for this so that I can sleep in this if I have to go on the road. Not the ones that clamshell, but the ones that lift up. I found one for a guy to take $500, but I don't have money for it right now. I just had to spend money on twice on the front end and putting my dog down. Remember, we lost Tango out here, so it cost me quite a bit of money to take care of all that, but it's okay. I don't care. The money is irrelevant. So please have something like this. I need to get better tires, but I'm going south. Is hopefully, like, if that's what Father allows. I don't make plans. I just prepare. So this is one of my preparedness. Hi there. Are you getting up on a car? You gonna put some spots on my windshield for me? Oh, you look so pretty up there. Oh man, I got screen capture that. Oh, come on, screen capture work. Oh well. I go back and take care of it later. Go back and screen capture it. So, you sure the prettiest girl I ever did have. All right, let's go up front. So this, I get better tires. This is going to go just about anywhere, brothers and sisters. It's not lifted. Maybe someday I'll get a little lift on it. It's not like the most expensive. I would have liked to have the double cab Tacoma, but maybe someday. I got to work with what I got. So anyways, so I painted these with the same color paint and clear coat it. And I might try to eventually do that to that, but I kind of like this more flat color myself than but this will keep the tires. Those go through mud and stuff. So they need to have a coating on them. Eventually it'll get a little dust on them, looking better. Woohoo. So I have two jerry cans over there that are plastic that I want to get and put back here. 2 jerry cans, plastic cans of gas, the tent up there, and I have a jack or whatever, the high lift jack, and I could put some supplies up there. And this way, I had 2 dogs and I only have 1 now, so it's gonna be a little. Hey, there's my boy. Hi, get that boy. I knew if I came out here, you see your sister up there. Oh, get some water. What are you doing, Pop? What are you doing, kid? That boy? Yeah, sure, boy. I love you, buddy. Hi, kid, that boy. I sure love you. Come say hi to your brother. Come say hi. I sure love you, kid, that boy. Well, let's go up front. Yeah, sure knows we're gonna go up front here. He sure is a handsome guy, isn't he? He sure is the handsomest guy I did have. Such a handsome guy. Oh, you're such a handsome. Look at and his sister. They love each other so much. Look at this. Go get him. Go get your brother. Go get him. Yeah, changing fast, man. So, anyways, let's go over here. I'll show you what I did with the license plates. Like I said, anybody, I don't know what state you're from. If you want to donate a license plate, I'll show you what I did. And eventually, I want to out here at the desert. Here comes the kittens. They'll come follow the dad. They'll come follow the dad. They're like having puppies. Here he comes around the horn. 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 Here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, he slowed down when I heard him. I love you, kitty boy. You're such a good boy. Oh, you're such a handsome guy. Yeah. Keeping your eye out over there, girl. Look at, she's stalking him. She's going to stalk him. Watch this. I know it. Oh, he sees her. Boom! You're such a little crazy little girl. I knew you were stalking him. Did you see that? She hid in the bushes over there. She's such a crazy cat. Oh, my goodness. Oh, living the dream, man, if there ever was. Kind of. I'm trying to. Best that I can. Got the cows out here in the field. Black Angus. Oh, here's a little interest. Here comes my kittens. Just like my puppies. Look at that. Following the dad. So, we do hip camp out here. The cabin looking back at the farm, Silver Rock Ranch. This is your ministry, guys. I told you you're welcome to come out here. Spend some time out here in the Dark Sky Sanctuary. That's the Rusty Dragon. That's the Rusty Cowboy. That's the Rusty Butterfly back there. So there's facilities here. You don't have to be homeless. We should all be here, but it is what it is. The ministry's paid off, so Father will put it together in his timing. His timing's perfect. So this is looking down towards the driveway. This is 60 acres back. So I've been installing this fence. I'd like to put this fence all the way. Woo! Here comes the kittens. Here they come. Here comes my kittens. Do I not have the coolest cats ever? Look at that. Thank you, kids, for being such good kittens. So I didn't know what to do with this bar. See, I've been building this fence right here like this. You guys are the best kitties ever. That I built here. As part of this, I want to put this fence all the way down. You are the coolest cats ever, guys. Hold on, let's do some cat time here. They love it. See, you build the fence, the cats come up here and be the coolest cats ever. Look at this crap, man. You are the coolest kitties ever. You're the coolest kitties ever that ever did have. I love you, kittens. Look at this. It's a catwalk for the kitties, huh? So if you want to send a license plate, P.O. Box 921 here in the High Desert Sanctuary, or to get sprayed at night. This is the largest dark sky sanctuary in the world. You could get your plate. Let's see what states we have. We got Oregon, Idaho, California, Arizona. Is that all I have? I only have one. Washington, Arizona, California. I only have one Arizona, Idaho. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 different state. Look at that old Idaho plate there. So links are in the description. If you want to send it, slow boat it to the P.O. box. We'll hang it up out here. I'm going to continue building this fence in this same fashion. I like the look at this. Kind of, it's like a wink. You get to look back through and look in here. So once again, you don't have to, but they can be. I want one from Paraguay, Elsa. I don't want one from Tennessee. I want one from Paraguay too. I want them from all over the world. So send me one from Paraguay, please. That'd be even better. than Tennessee. So, see, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what to do with this up here. I didn't know what I was going to do with this, but now I do. I like this look. You know, it's, I don't mean to go there. I don't care. Nobody's out here. It's just me, but it's a clean look. See what I'm saying? Come on, hold on a second. So I'm saying that edge nice and clean from behind. It doesn't take away. It still looks like it should from behind there. And I like this idea of having this wink look through there so you can still see. I'm not trying to hide anything here, but yet I have something, you know, to keep the animals in. And I think I want to continue building this style fence. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Anywhere. This is a subscriber. The channel is worldwide, brothers, sisters. It's a 180 country ministry. Okay. It is. I mean, the internet's not new or anything, but you know, we've had it, yeah, send your plates if you want to be a part of the ministry. You don't have to, but if you, it's probably slow boated here. Probably take a couple weeks just to come from Canada. Things take a little extra. What do you got in there? Yes, your boy. You looking in there, see if there's any birds in there. Birds don't stand no chance. And look at, he's gonna go. She's gonna go. You're so silly, girl. Look at that tail all puffed up. Oh, look at that tail all puffed up. What are you doing in there, Pants? What's in the bushes there? What are you seeing in the bushes? So just looking out at the Timothy hayfields out here in Silver Lake, Oregon. You know, this is my nearest neighbor, which is, you know, miles away over here to this direction. And the next one is, you know, a couple 100 acres away over here. And I'm zoomed in. And obviously, if I zoom back out, you know, they're not, it's like streamers, flags, but it's written and study. Oh. Yeah, see what I'm saying? There you go. Oh, look at this guy still up there just being a handsome boy. Hi, kid. Hi, kid. So thanks for sharing your time with me. I'm out here, you know, out at the front of the property and came out here and saw this spraying of the raid. We're all getting sprayed no matter where you're at on this rock. So, boy, you sure are handsome looking up there, Mr. Yasher boy. Heck yeah, you know, like I said, the P.O. box is in there. Woo! But yeah, no, I like the look. Like I said, I don't care, brothers, sisters. This ain't my ministry. This is our ministry. This is your ministry. You're all, you know, if you've been part of the ministry for a while, you're welcome to come out here, eventually live out here. This is ministry supposed to serve the ministry, not me. You know, I didn't buy this land for me. So what are you doing up there, handsome Yasher boy? Let's go say hi to Yasher real quick. He's just the biggest. He's such a mellow guy. He won't let you, he don't like to be picked up, but he'll let you. What are you doing, handsome guy? You eat the diamond lamb and rice too, huh, kid? See when you feed them the diamond lamb and rice, how handsome they are? Mr. Yasher boy. Hey, Yasher, I love you, boy. Dad loves you. Yes. Whoa, careful there, kid. Whoa, look at that. I got to. Whoa, you're such a. Yeah, thank you. Me too. You know, whoa. So freaking awesome kitties. I love you, kitty boy. Here she comes. So they're playing with the dad. They'll follow the dad. They love the dad. They're just like they're just like puppies. Here she goes up the pole. So. So they love it out here. This is kitten paradise. Bring your animals. You know, eventually when it's all in Father's time, guys. I'm not trying to force anybody to come out here, but it's here, you know, and available. And eventually more and more will continue to grow out here, and we'll try to build our ministry out together. And I'm going to take it again on the road, some of this. So I'd like to have this eventually all the way down the front. So we could put, you know, we could put 100 plates or something. We can even go down that way a little bit. And I'd save this front area here. I saved this front area here. I apologize. I know the quality sucks. Look at where I'm at. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. So right on the edge of the wood line right there. Hold on. We're going to clean this off again. But I eventually want to put like a fake business front on this corner of this area right here. You know, I'm going to put like a building, probably a log cabin, kind of like we have something like this, but fake. I've got one over here that I put up. The side of it blew down. The way we got a strong winds out here. But anyways, looking back, like I said, I like the, let me refresh my chat here. What happened to my chat? I lost my chat. Let's go all messages. All messages. Okay, here we go. Whoa, we lost all the messages. Oh, darn it. Yeah, see, they went away. Chat filter. Top messages. Oh, no, I don't have any messages. Oh, well. It is what it is. Maybe. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but all messages. Nope, lost them. Darn it. YouTube, oh, there we go, they're back. Okay, but anyways, the idea would probably build another, like a side like this, like a 90 degree, right? You know, so kind of a, you know, probably a log cabin. To look like a log cabin sitting on the corner of this building right here. Or maybe like an old building. So cool, I appreciate it. I just let the chat for it's, you know, I'm out here in the desert, so it takes a minute to catch up, but let's walk back up towards the front there. A little chilly out here in the desert today. Obviously, it is, you know, November 2nd. Holy crap. 30 days, guys. So we'll go over there. Maybe we'll take a poke inside the cabin real quick and take a peek in there. I still need to get work done in there. I put some more plates over here, which I put on this pole, which I like too. Looks pretty good because this one's got the turbine on it. I want to eventually get some more of these too, because these are cool. These spin around out here when the wind blows out here, which is pretty neat. Gets a little action out here, a little movement. So I strung some up this pole as well. But I drove up here, so I imagine at night those are going to reflect like a license plate would. Kind of, some of these got kind of like the catfish tape on them. So here comes the kitties with the dad catching up, playing catch up. I go up the pole, get the girl. You guys are the best kitties that I ever did have. So eventually I want to string that fence all the way down here, guys. You know what I'm saying? Make a nice entrance to the front of the property here, front of the ranch, Silver Rock Ranch. This is the Rusty Dragon. We'll go over there and take a look inside there. Dude, I can't say for sure, but at all these poles, look at this. And they took away my Second Amendment, obviously. Look, at all these poles, look at the one that's knocked down. It's like somebody drove out here and it is what it is. It could have broke, but I didn't. Look at that. Out of all the poles, it's the one that's painted purple with that on it. Gee, I wonder if somebody came and bumped that with a truck. What do you think? Just to be... Whatever, man. I ain't tripping. Remember? Maybe that's why, huh? Because I don't eat pig. I don't like porks. I don't like pork. Remember, you said don't sup with swine, low energy, pigs, no pigs. So, people in government. This is non-government. You have to stand against the government to be here. Otherwise, you're not part of the ministry. What are you doing in there, kitten boy? Playing inside that? You guys, I was kind of having, this is the other day. I have a whole bunch of these, you know. Eventually, these could be used if you wanted to kind of make sure nobody could come back here if that was the case. And I ain't planning, whatever, I'm over that. It's not what this place is about. Even what they came and did here doesn't change the ministry, and they wouldn't have been able to come here if we never left to go get Adron a shower, you know. So it's okay. In 30 days, it's all going to get taken care of. Whatever is going to happen, you know what I'm saying? It's not. So let's go take a look inside the Rusty Dragon. The idea, too, was to eventually have people out here to be able to occupy these buildings. I originally built this as a community for people to come live under the ground. Because, again, you remember, I built a geothermal. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's go inside here. But this is the Rusty Dragon. Get that boy. Hey, get that boy. Get that boy. What you doing? What you doing? Dad, did you come in here? Oh, he left out. I thought he's going to stay in here. All right, we're inside here. This is the Rusty Dragon. It is one of the buildings again built out here. You know, that could be occupied. And I've all repurposed everything. I use repurposed material. This is the dragon. I think eventually I would probably have an artist. I'm not that good of an artist. I could, but I'll probably have an artist come out and turn that into a dragon. So I got the lid done on this over here. I need to continue stringing these up here because it's all been insulated. But I did get the lid up on that the other day. I still have to build, you know, eventually I'm going to take all this out of here, but there's a wood stove in here. The whole building is a, hi, pretty bee, pretty little girl. But just again, a little quick look inside. We'll take a dash inside here and take a look at the rock hearth fireplace. All of its different repavers and stuff. This is a workbench that had split apart. There was a center section that I took out and went ahead and threw these pavers in between. Eventually, I'll probably come skim coat this all with like a resin in here. It's okay. I don't mind if it has that look eventually, but a lot of this is really thick material, old, much, you know, repurposed, you know, that's the width, almost like, you know, 2x4. Most of this stuff is not thin. It's large material. Like these are quite heavy. I haven't challenged myself to try to do this again. I hung these by myself, and these weigh over 100 plus pounds, 120, 130, some maybe 150 pounds, these thicker ones. Pushing those over, pushing those up by myself up onto this lid is quite challenging. It didn't hurt myself, but it made me pretty sore for a while. So, but like I said, it's all coming together here. I put tin up above here. This has a tin up here so that corrugated. And eventually, you know, all this have a couple more, another cell to fill here. This one here to fill. Everything's been insulated. It's like, this is actually has triple, you know, insulation. That's a thinner because this is all a finished, you know, there's behind there. Whoa, I'm zooming in too quick. I apologize. My camera sucks. But anyway, some of the timber in it's quite large, challenging. This one busted my hip. It's like a 400-pound plus 20-foot long beam because I'd rebuilt the whole building. So it's quite large beam. As you can see, it's sitting up there, how wide those boards are, and then how wide that sticks out. That's sitting on the backside, So that thing's like 10 plus inches across, 10 by 10 by, or 12 by 10 by, it was a big beam, and I dropped the darn thing trying to get it up on top of that snug fit up there and that by myself. But I got it. But, well, it took me down for a little while, but I still worked through it though. But anyways, the fireplace, the hearth, you know, yeah, these are mill ends, Ryan. These are mill ends. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm using. People burn these and use them for fire, build fences. You see what I do them out here with them. This whole building is built with a mill end. See, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it has a basic frame, but even in here, see what I'm doing with them? They're everywhere. Like Visa, MasterCard, everywhere you want to be. So I have some more trim pieces to run, you know, in here. I'll probably run, you know, finish this stuff off. But this is a beautiful building, and this could be rented out, you know, for me, we could, you know, as the ministry could be rented out for $100, $125 a night, guys. People will come out here and rent this building out. I'll probably screw that to the wall a little bit more and I put it out of cap, you know, so. But I don't think I'd have any issues out here. I get a lot of people come out here to be in the desert and come out in the to go out to the dunes, and they have quite a bit of money. So I don't think anybody's going to come in here and try to steal, you know, some of the stuff that's on the whoa, man, my camera sucks. But anyways, it's all repurposed material, a lot of rough. I'm eventually going to string this really heavy duty chain like a window frame inside of this cell here. And I use color, which I normally don't do. I kind of really like this look here, going fast. But I added this color back in here and was really adamant about having that be kind of a separate color up there. You know, it's lofted, and bring it a little bit down here so it ties down in, and just all the little weird things that I did with the lines and didn't have to do. Just chose to kind of break it up. That's how I do things. I like to repurpose material and turn it into something, renew, repurpose. So this will get trim. We do new bureau. We do new bureau. So, but this wood stove is an Arrow wood stove. It's got a blower. It'll heat this thing out of house and home. It works good. I need to put a new chimney or just re-knot, this one down in here. Getting a little bit of back. Anyways, I got to go back and rework this chimney here. So anyways, some of it's not the right way. It was just temporary. Just put it in here to work in here. So it wasn't like it was burning that many fires, but there's out of a blower motor. I have the same one inside the Rusty Cowboy with a much larger version, but with the blower fan. And this thing blows heat. It's a double line. See, it blows air from here all inside of this cavity. So it's all encased in there. There's a box in here. So it creates, this is a wood stove. I have something sitting next to it and put a pillow next to it, put a pillow next to it. And it's got it's a triple burner, whatever it burns. And so it burns clean, and it's just a really good stove. I have 3 of them. And if I find something that I like, I'll tell you. So I like this brand. I use it, and it's a good company. It's out of Oregon, I believe, too. So I like to add little heat things on the, these are things I probably wouldn't have in here if I, was, might weld that to the damn thing or something, but no, probably not. But some of the stuff I wouldn't have in here if I rented out as a overnight thing. But I'm sure this could be rented out often out here once I get it done. I put this live edge look here. I don't know what you think of this. This is this live edge called live edge. I didn't think I'd like it at first, but it's kind of growing on me now that it's here. So more work to do. Nope. Let's go back out of here. So, and here's a door. This is just, did this with paint. This isn't, it's just a fake. I'd eventually love to get a really nice door on this building. I had to take it off because I had some problems with the hinges, but I just used, I just painted it to make it look like wood. When it's up there on the door, that kind of fools your eyeballs. So it's just a metal door. But I just, painted knots and kind of made it look like there's, all right, whatever. So I'd eventually like to have a really pretty door on this old door, really old door with glass, because I want a window. Ooh, drinks. You get drinks? So going to put a outdoor shower right out here. This will all be an outdoor shower with the on-demand hot water heater. Whatever. It's just, it fools the eyeball. When it puts up there, you put it in the hole. It just, it's just paint. I just did it with paint. See what I'm saying? Different. See, it's even just little sprinkles. Get up close, you can start to see it fools the eye. See? Up close, you see it's a little different. But enough where your eyeball looks at it from a distance and you can't tell if it's a wooden door or not. So anyways, there you go. Repurposed is what I call it. So, but guys, I'd eventually really like to have a nice ornate Victorian door with a glass window so I can get the first part of the day's sun into the building. I want to put a skylight eventually in here, you know what I'm saying? But I think this building should have a really nice antique door, or I'll build it. If not, I'm going to build one. Look, I'll build it if not. See this door right here? This is an interior door, and it's a thinner door and a little bit smaller. But since I can't find the door, I'm like that. I'll just keep going. I'll add to this door and make it that door that I want. I'll cut it out and I'll put glass in here and I'll just build myself a door. I was hoping I could just find a door that's antique. I don't want to build a door. I'll build a door if I have to. But I don't want to. I want an antique door that's beautiful, repurposed, no, this building was just was a building I bought, honestly, right. I bought it during the COVID, and I've had to repurpose every wall. Like I said, that beam in there, this whole wall it's on the build. You can see the build out of this building, me tearing off all the sides of it. And I only bought it for the material because that's when, sheeting was how expensive. And so it was a shell. And it really wasn't the best built building. I kind of really made a lot more work for myself. You know, I drove 5 miles or $5 worth of gas out of my car or tank to save $1. Not always the best thing to do. I don't care. It's there. And it's a beautiful building now. It just is something to platform for me to work off. I'll take anything that's a piece of shit and turn it and repurpose it into something like this building here, which is solid. I mean, the winds can blow hard, but there's a lot of material on this building. It's going to be pretty hard to blow this building away. You know, it is up off the ground, but it is a lot of weight. Those floors are like this thick inside, all concrete. You know, yeah, it's on the Predestined for Light and on the TikTok channel at Predestined for Light. There's some of the build out on there too. So one of the is called the Rusty Dragon. There's the dragon up there. I actually even haven't finalized building this dragon out here. But let's go zoom back this way. There we go. There's the Rusty Dragon out here. So this is some of the metal art and stuff. Eventually, it's just hanging there. It's fine for now. It does its purpose. Eventually, I would have redone it more and could probably get a little bit more. Look at these freaking kitties. They're so awesome. Hold on, we gotta see our kitties. They're just being awesome kitties. So, but anyways, this is the Rusty Dragon. And, you know, I just taking the time to put the little extra gingerbread in it, if you will. Just little things like this. I don't mean to go, but like all of these windows have shelving on them, you know, built into the window seal, you know, just things like that. Just little things, you know. I'm eventually going to put water catchment off the back of it. I'd like to run chinking, concrete, all this little slots in it and just give it just a little more love. But for now, it's going to work. It's appealing to the eye. Well, let's just say that, you know, and who cares about your stupid eyes, but it's repurpose. You know what I'm saying? I like to repurpose material. I start with raw mill end stuff from the mill, right? What you see here, and turn it into a building like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's got crawl space. I still have to work on this door. I took the door off. I don't like the door as far as the face. I'm going to reface this door. Just give it, I think it should have a different little, it can blend in, but I don't think it should. I want to actually have something different. I'm going to find something unique, as I always do, to go on that door. It'll probably be something antique, metal. You know, there's a crawl space to get up underneath the building because it has crawl space, and it's built like a normal building should be built. Okay, I just turned it. Eventually, I'm going to run a soffit out here and put a drip edge on this and rain gutter, and it'll catch water catchment down right here. And this will have so they can feed water inside of the cabin. So no, this is not on a slab. This is just on you know, concrete, you know, post and pier. You know, it's actually sitting on post, you know, or pier blocks, and it's raised up a little higher, obviously, on multiple pier blocks. So, but it's all built, you know, right on. Like I don't crawl up underneath there, but if I crawl up under there, yeah, there's literally, you know, supports at all the corners, all the, you know, layout like I would built a regular, yeah. Well, there's no post. It's all just pier block. I don't have post in there. There's no post. I just did pier block. You know what I'm saying? It's not quite that high. You know, it looks at piers. There's a pier block and a block, which is, yeah. So no post. The post is another block, is what I chose to do. You know, and it sat on there. Just it works excellent. So, but anyways, I like to repurpose. You know, again, I take a pile of tin, which you see inside, and you know, repurpose this is all from a building. You know, like from a hay barn. Let's move here a little bit. Like this one of the couple hay barns actually right over there. That hay barn on that side, on this west side of this building. You probably can't see it from here. But this is one of the few that has that seafoam. This came from one that was out by the dunes. Seafoam green. That's right here on this tin. Man, my camera is garbage. But see, that's what I used inside. And I normally don't like that color, but I need to, this building I didn't build for me. I built it as a part of the, you know, it's part of the ministry. It appeals to both man and woman. And I think it, you know, it works. This is not so hideous color that, you know, a guy's like, oh my God, honey, are you serious? You know, so because I've had an elder couple in here and they really, the lady liked this and the guy liked the, you know, so everybody's got their preference here. But looking from the back, this will eventually tie in and be the shower back here, outdoor shower again. Just a building that was an outhouse that somebody got, and I'm just going to repurpose it. And you know, all the floors dug out. I'll do the same thing like I did with the, that's not an outhouse over there, it's a shower room. I build these into shower rooms, you know, and that was just a building I built into shower room. But I'm repurposed this from an outhouse to a shower room, and we'll seal it up and tile it up and put, you know, slate tile in there. It'll be nice and be inviting, you know. So eventually, again, it'll all get used for the ministry. Hi, kids. Look at how cute this is. We come in here and look at these kids. Oh, we got all my kids. All my kids that I have. All my kids that I have. All my kids that I have. Hi, sweetheart. Jennifer B, my little sweetie. Yeah, I'm going to go on demand. Tankless hot water heater. Yep. Absolutely. Look at how handsome that guy is. He's been eating the diamond lamb and rices. Look at this. We are just got the best kittens in the whole world. Our best puppy. Thank you, Father. Little sweet pea. Little sweet pea. Little girl that I love. They just gotta be with their dad. Just as long as they're hanging around the dad, they're okay. Huh. You're such a handsome boy. You know that, Mr. Panner Boy. You are such a handsome Panner Boy that I love. That's what happens when you feed them the diamond lamb and rice. They look so pretty. Just got the prettiest girl and the most handsome boy I ever did have. I love you, Panner Boy. You're my yesher. Yesher, Panner Boy. You're the best kitten there ever did was. Dad loves you. Dad was you. I love you, kid. Isn't he awesome? I had another one out here. It was like a little bit more blue, but he is such a great cat. He is. You see his demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Look at his demeanor. You can tell he don't act much different than that. You know. She's spunky. She's that spunky girl. He's the prettiest little pea I ever did. Sweet pea. The prettiest little eyeballs. Look like they got little. Oh yes, there's pretty like little golden eyeballs. All right, let's flip around. So anyway, so I'm going to eventually put, like I said, a soffit system, and then this will have the water catchment, which I can feed both of these sides of the building. I have obviously many ways of holding water in here, so it'll eventually have its own dog house too, and cat house. The dogs and cats share the dogs and cat houses out here, but yeah, you know, this is something that Father has led me to do, you know what I'm saying, with my time. So I don't know what people do with their time, but this is what Father's got me doing with my time. So there's so much material. If I had, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 more people out here, there's so much I could build. I have stacks of this stuff, you know, for days. Some of this stuff is really, I mean, this stuff could be, you could build such a nice building out of how big some of these, you know, ends are, and open cell and not just square, and some of them have a live edge on them. They're just, some of this stuff is just incredible. But I'm only one guy and I can only do so much. So eventually I'd like to get this another project of mine here that I've never gotten to. Well, it's just sinking down in the ground here over in the, but here's another huge, massive windmill that used to be up out here. And one day I'd love to repurpose this thing and get it back up in the air. It doesn't have to work. That is a working, functioning though, mechanism here. This actually is a working one. The other one I had didn't work, but this one does. That would be awesome to have backup in the air. And those, that's a pretty heavy. Try moving that thing by yourself, So kind of got that same system going up over here. Eventually I'll have that up there too, maybe someday. Just keep working on things a little bit, So my dogs are no different than my cats. See, my kits are the same. Here my kitties come with the dad. Where you go, Panda boy? You gonna go jump on top of that roof? Watch, they'll follow the dad. They'll follow the dad wherever I go. They'll follow the dad. Here they come, watch. They'll see him running in front of me. So. Are you gonna go in there? She stuck her head in there. Freaking crazy kitty. Crazy kitty that I love. So. Oh man. I think it's about time to, here they come. Here they come with the dad. Here they come. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go back inside and make something to eat. I have not put anything in my belly yet. What time is it? It's probably about 8:30. Yeah, it might be a good time to grab a bite of something to eat, huh? So. So, but eventually, yeah, I'd like to, well, here's those cans that I was telling you about, and some of the other weird stuff I have out there. These jerry cans, I want to get these two jerry cans and get the out here in the desert. So, let's keep going. We'll keep moving here. Get out away from that spot. We're losing our signal there. Probably going. See how the ladies are doing over there. Nice. Wonder how many eggs we've got so far. It's pretty early. They may have laid some eggs already. Let's go check and see. I still got some more work. Hi, girl. Well, we got one on the nest, so we can't see one of them in there. Hi, sweeties. Hi, my girls. Hi, my girls. Hi, girls. How you doing? Where's your other sissies? Where's your other ones? Oh, hi. You guys hanging out? Oh, you guys still got food in there. You still got food in there? Oh. There's just another build out that I was building out here, trying to harden these ladies' hen house here. Ended up using these mill ends to build this building. This used to be part of kind of the side that was a skirting and some of the back, but I pulled it off and made a roof with it. You out here with the chickens? You watching the chickens? Keeping an eye on the ladies for me, make sure nothing gets them. So built this hen house. I put the two walls on yet or done the inside, but hi girls. Hi girls. You know, peck at my feet. Yep, you silly girls. So, but whoa. Here's this. I'm going to eventually put this on I was telling you that panel that I might do in the back. I'll find this is some kind of, I think it was a panel for some kind of refrigerator or heating unit or something like that. Dual Troy. I haven't even looked it up. I should. What are you doing in there, girl? You're not supposed to be in the chicken's house. Get in there, girl. Get out of there, girl. Say I'd go in there if I want, Dad. I'm not going to hurt the chickens. Did you see that silly little girl? She's in there digging around in there, being silly. I found a scrap or something. She's a little scrapper. So, anyways, this is a building that I'd built out here. I've still got to put haven't quite decided how I'm going to do. I have a piece of tin up here, they're strung here for now, but I want to put some kind of wood. I think I'm going to run the insides and then run another back slab so it'll all kind of look like this same. Come on. Have that same, but nice and solid. That'll keep them warm. Actually, it's been, double tar paper, top roof, the whole thing. So they'll do just fine. They've already done really good, but I'm going to even make it even more insulated, just keep them more comfortable. They're still laying eggs, so as long as they're not that cold, their bodies don't get too cold. Look, he's still in there laying me eggs. We got 5 eggs yesterday, so maybe that's what we'll do in there. We'll go cook some eggs. Heck yeah, let's go eat some fresh eggs. Some farm fresh eggs. Bye, girl. Bye, girls. You guys got food in your tub there if you're hungry. Plus, you'll jump over the fence if you want to and just come start pecking away at everything out here. See little kids. So, same thing here. Put the mill ends on the back. Added this, because this raised it up a little bit higher in there. I still need to get in there and probably, see, there's one outside. There's one outside. I knew you were out there, girl. Get in there. Get your butt inside of there. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there with your sisters. You two, get back. Get in there with your sissies. Now watch your toes. Now watch your toes. I don't want nobody's toes getting caught in there. Watch that toe. Move your toes. Thank you. My silly chicken girls. That's where we get 10 cents a dozen for fresh eggs, eh? That'd be a good deal, wouldn't it? Sheol. So we water glassed 80 eggs, I think, the other day. So this is how I live my crazy life. If you follow this ministry, repurposing and rebuilding and renewing and reusing and yep. So I'm gonna go in there and make some eggs. We'll make some eggs. Hi, buddy boy. So change these two. Oh my gosh. Yes, you do. You need the eggs. And if not, Darren, if you're in a place where you can't, because of look at this freaking spray in the sky. So you can do quail. They don't make noise in even an apartment. There's no reason somebody can't get some source of protein, and you need it, man. It's a superfood. Even quail eggs, chicken eggs, duck eggs are awesome. I don't have ducks here anymore. I gave them away, but dude, let me tell you, woo! Eggs are a super protein food. I need it. As a matter of fact, I haven't eaten eggs in a couple of days, so I gave all my eggs away. Oh yeah, look, we water glass these. We did 80 eggs. Water glassed 80 of these eggs. Would you look onto her? I don't want to get there. Hold on. Did you trade a? All right, huh? Sorry, somebody made an offer on the land. Quite silly, but anyways, water glass. So these should be good for another year. I could take and open these jars out and pluck eggs out of these jars for a year. So I hope you're doing canning, doing things. There's a lot of things you could be doing to get ahead of yourself. And so you could have things right now. A lot of people are going hungry, man, and I don't understand. You could create abundance. You know that, right? It's possible. Like eggs, you create, if you had a rooster, they would fertilize these. Any one of these could have been turned into another 10 or 15, 20, 20 some 8, 9 chickens. More eggs, more chickens, more abundance, more eggs and chickens, and you know what the hell to do with. You're canning your chicken. You're you got eggs, you got extra chickens, you got extra protein, you got extra. Come on, man. People can get out of this system, but they don't want to. They want to stay in the system. They want to be spoon-fed. You know what I mean? And that's their own. Father didn't create people to be self-sufficient. Most people are very dependent, and they thrive off of convenience. The Piggly Wiggly's always going to have food there, right? And the Kroger and the Safeway and the Winco or whatever, your Wall Dogs or whatever you call your, not too much protein and all kinds of, Yeah, what do you mean? Too much? There's not too much protein, darn. You seen over there? I had beans that were that were done in a canning process too. Yeah, let's make some superfood. Speaking of some farm fresh eggs. Farm fresh. I'll make us a few for now. Maybe we'll have burgers in a little while. Thank you, Father, for the super chickens. Super chickens. Oh, 5 eggs yesterday. Heck yeah, 5 beautiful, beautiful eggs. I love eggs. From my head down to my legs. I love eggs. So, good stuff. Pickling lime. Get some pickling lime. You can't do that to store-bought eggs. You can only do it to eggs that still have the bloom left on them. So, there's another benefit of raising your own eggs. Can't do that to a store-bought egg. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get some sciatica, boys. Out of nowhere. Why? Why? Oh man, look at that beautiful, beautiful egg. Looking right. Hey. Uno más. Por favor. Huevos. Más huevos. Tres. Huevos. Oh man, those are some beautiful eggs there. Let's put a little Himalayan pink salt on them. A little Himalayan pink salt. And a little bit of pepper. Okay, lots of pepper. Lots of pepper. Olive in there. Yeah, but we could check. Most people could never try to check out of the system. They never try. During World War II, 40% of the U.S. populace grew their own food, garden, some kind of food source, and now less than 1% of the U.S. population grows their own food. So, gone. The severing to the head of the saints, gone. So, Project Gotham is an extension, Operation, Bluebeam, Project Blue Book, but Project Gotham is a continuation of their bringing in of their panopticon system, their Skynet, their Sky, Star Wars is what Reagan now linked, the Golden Dome, the surveillance system, the surveillance state, the digital blockchain tokenized credit scored by satellite imagery, your face scanning, all of it. It's all part of the system. Controls everything. Scans. It's called metadata. Metadata. Metaverse already here. Police state already here. Right? Let's see. La spatula. Right there. La spatula. Little muy más. It's like a little bit muy más. All right. Ooh. Because I actually had some, I made some burgers last night and there was still some of that burger grease that was in there. So we took those burger grease. Those are going to be yummy. Thank you, Father, for the blessings of farm fresh. To be able to live on a farm, not live in a city. Gotham. And now back to the Batcave, Batman. Batman, and he's robbing you. Robbing you. That yolk is not like the yolk in your eggs. That was yesterday's ass egg butt nugget. Well, I apologize for the. No, I don't. I'm not sorry, but I do apologize. Wow. Fabulous, fabulous. Ooh, kind of a little bit of Himalayan pink. Salty, salty. Just talk a little bit about. Not frosty, baby. Frostbite. Farm fresh. Farm freshes you get there. I mean, it could have been today's, but yesterday's. Oh, man. Thank you, Father. Maybe in 30 days I'll be eating squares instead of rounds. With this cooked in the grease from the meat from yesterday's real, meat from burger. That's not slime ball meat. So. Well, whatever, pink slime. in a tube or a ball or a round or whatever you shape it in. Meatballs. These. Oh. Yep, I needed that. Thank you, Father. Let's bring it up the protein energy levels are coming. The old flux capacitors firing at a million bazillion gigawatts. Not your 88. So, all right, Project Gotham. What do you know about that? You know anything about Project Gotham? Project Gotham is using the DARPA, Palantir, the police state, all this metadata, Zuckerberg, facial recognition. As I told you, digitally tokenized, credit scored, blockchain, tracked and traced. Yes, digital communism, tokenized, credit scored, blockchain communism, digitized like a token. Yep, it's a game to them, and you're their prize. They're gonna go after you if you're on their list. Are you on their list? Like Santa, he's making a list, checking it twice. Fabulous, fabulous, frosty, frosty. So I'm glad that the people didn't go bananas yesterday. Go gorilla, bang bang. Like them knocked out of heaven for so long. Oh man, coffee, yummy. Holy smokes. Oh, you can just drink that all in one drink, huh? That would be too much. Oh my goodness. Sugar. Whoa. Sugar. What are you doing? Come over here with that. Come over here with the dad. Come over here with your dad. My good boy. So, yeah, we're just hanging out here in the high desert, getting away from society. High society and their high-rise buildings and their Gotham and their Superman and their Batman buildings and their Manhattan towers, Babylonian, mysteriously 58 stories tall, not by mystery, secrets, religion, Babylonian, right? Thump like the Easter Bunny, silly rabbit tricks over kids, sodomy worship, Valentine's Day. Smack that down on the floor, smack that till you get so, all that. It wasn't me. They even caught it on camera. Oh, so yeah, there they go, the Gotham state. You know nothing about it, do you? But it's all around you. It's like, is it Visa or MasterCard? It's everywhere you want to be. No, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So hard to get away from the surveillance state. If you're anywhere near a city, you are being surveilled. So hopefully, again, Father will not hopium, but did you hear about the Q plus too? Q's back, Q plus. How about MACRA, Make America a Constitutional Republic again? Heard it here first. Bam. I push that stuff out like a pushy car salesman, but with some Jesus. So, why are you always pushing Jesus on anybody? I ain't pushing Jesus on anybody. He said, share the light. Spread it. What's the word of the day? What's the word of the day? You guys aren't talking at all. That's okay. You don't have to say anything. I don't care. I'm not here for you. I'm here because the ministry is part of this, walk that he has while I'm on this rock. And so he says, share the light. So you don't want to share the word. You don't want to spread the word. Then I won't tell you what the word of the day is then. So never mind. Jimmy Crack Horn. You can't serve two masters. Split that. Okay? Like some cornfield, or some hayride. Jimmy Crack Corn. And I don't care. Can't serve two masters. You heard that idiom? So, your master, he's dead to me. Your masters are your eyes, your lying eyes, your tell eyes, your tell eye vision. You're telling lies to your vision, that's called idolatry. Telling lies to yourself, that's idolatry. Telling lies to others, somebody else, that's a demon. A demon is a liar or distributor of fortunes to others. Demons. Demon, you call it a devil, but there's no such thing as a devil. Devil. I'll get you, little dog. Toto, too. You mean witches and devils and warlocks? And Schmeagol? Lord of the Rings. Master. Can't serve two masters. Rings, huh? How about your rituals with your rocket rituals? Like Giannis, the cock god with a rooster. We were just out looking at the ladies, the chickens there, huh? February, the one with the dog or the wolf. Still the same God, Apollyon, Mithra, Satan, the sun god, Jesus Christ. So, Christ, there's another Yodes that were never in the original Testament, old or new. Why do you say Christ? Christ. God damn it, is not. God is a title. Where do you come up with these words? Word, in the beginning was the Word. Hokodesh, spirit, without flesh. Ghost. So people turn words into live beings, like an alien is a word. Aliens don't exist in a physical place or space or time, and they don't come from the sky. That's not what an alien is. An alien is a foreigner. Like an alien, a legal alien is what we call it now. They're like, get out of here. We'll let you come in here for 50 years, but now you got to get out. Remember? In warp speed. Part of this project, Gotham, which will surveil your face, your whole place, your eyes, tell eye vision to it. Well, it scans your eyes, it scans you every 10 seconds on your phone using infrared. But you wouldn't know that, huh? It's got all your hub pictures. Oh, whatever. So it knows everything about you. It's your own personal Jesus, remember? There's another word that's never written in the Old or New Testament, Jesus. Who the hell is not below your feet is Jesus? Hell. There's another one up for most people's question. I question if 98+% of the people on this rock even know what hell is. I bet you 70 in here don't. Not if you're not a regular of this ministry, you don't know what hell is. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I can tell you that much. Probably don't know what time or let alone what year it is. So we can start nailing you to a tree. Or well, nobody hung from crosses, see? More blasphemy. Cross. That's the Ankh. That's Satanism. You don't do that. Jesus hung from a cross, do you? That's Mithra. One born in a manger on December 25th. That's Satan, Apollyon. Mithra at the time of Rome. Remember, the books were canonized at the time of Rome. canonization of the words, defined aletheia, truth, in the Greek, Old Testament Hebrew. He said, do not forward, pervert, warp, twist, add, take away even the smallest jot or tittle. That's the smallest of the punctuation, like not Nelly like country grammar, but like grammar, like punctuation, like a period. Not like ladies who are on their moon, but any ladies in here? You sure are a quiet little bunch, you know that? You guys are what is called the silent majority in history. It'll go down that way. You're the STFU generation, asserting your Miranda rights to always remain silent. Into the night they went, and they didn't speak. He spoke. Remember the word, all this, and that's the word hope dash into. You have no. Are you alive? Are you in there? Is there anybody out there? Tear down walls. So, hey, ho. Ask Santa where's all that. That's Jesus Christ. Ho. Ho, ho, ho. If you want to know all the hoes are at, ask Santa. Mithra, the sun god. Tree, Moloch. The tree god birthed in the middle of the winter. The sun god birthed. You put the sun over the tree, the light over the top of the Christmas tree. That's Satan, you idiots. Grow up. Why you can be so childish? Uh-oh, what do we do? I get some notification here. Oh. Damn it. All right, I got to get rid of these notifications. Sorry, I got some notification. So, the seeds, that's the word broadcast. Sow seeds, to sow seeds. Have you ever been here to the broadcast? You guys are silent. Or you're shadow banned. Are you walking in the valley of the shadow of death? Are you walking in the valley of the shadow of death? Do you fear every evil? Most people are evil and go to hell. Most people don't know what hell is. They don't know what hell's not below your feet. You don't die and go to hell. Who told you that? So you don't die and go to the sky. That's okay. It's a mind wander, I know. Like waves rolling over like scrolls. The skies roll back like a scroll. Darren's there in his head. Me too. It's intense, huh? Like tabernacles, like intensification of waves. It just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling, like the Energizer Bunny that just keeps going, like copper top batteries, like copper, wrapping around a magnet, and it'll make electricity. It's electric, baby. It's like the neurons firing inside the old brain skull, huh? It's like there's something there. Hell's the empty space between people's head. Abyss, abathos, abusos is the word hell. The hell is no knowledge. Hell's knowledge. Hell's actually no knowledge is what hell is. See, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's kind of like an oxy moron. So it is. Because 99% of the people don't know what the hell they're talking about, remember? They think hell's below their feet. They think you die and go to the sky, or you die and go to below your feet, and hell is not below your feet. You do go to the dirt, but then you sit and gnash teeth, because if you are stuck on this flesh, then you're going to eat, gnash teeth. You're going to eat dirt. You don't want us to, what do you think you're eating in there when you're gnashing teeth? You're down there in the dirt, right? So what do you think you're eating? Father, you couldn't separate yourself from the dirt. You didn't want us to love the dirt. That's the word idolatry. Well, not literally dirt, but to serve our eyes, to serve the things that you see. And everything you see came from the dirt. This is Satan's playground you're in here, in case you didn't figure that out by now. But that's what religion does to people. It waters them down. It makes them vain, worthless, vain. So they are. Religions are vain. There's not one good religion that walks this rock, like there's not one good cop in the corporation. It's not a country. America, well, then it would be MACRA. Make America a constitutional republic again. Remember? Put that on your MACRA, or that's macro or micro scale. So whatever. Maybe they'll Q-aid you again with their Q+. They'll strain your swamp for you. Hate to break it to you. You're already the swamp, but Anyways, these people love to, remember, they pounded on the hope, pounded that hopium, pounded, on that old vomit. Barry Soetoro, the 44th selected pretendant of this corporation, former Constitutional Republic, MACRA, make America Constitutional Republic again, right? Return it back to gold and silver, or lock them all up. All the politicians, all the cops, lock them all up. They're all thugs. Standing army that the writers of the original writers of the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, they remember, they all warned us of this. These banksters give a man a gun to rob a bank, give a man a bank and to rob the world. So here we are again. Got the bankster in chief, the Cheetophile. Everybody knows he went to the island. It's his island. It's Trump's island. It's not Epstein's island. It's Trump's island. Stop fooling yourself. They're all island boys. Hillary too, and Oprah and Ellen DeGenerate and all the other, and genders in Hollywood that they got going there. Like to do the double life for the triple gender. God, Jesus Christ, the myth of Satan. They love them. Baphomet. That's why they do their come on by and give Manchell a try. Manchell Obama, remember the whole, that's, the Oregon beaver. Like, nice beaver, just had its stuff. And she had the shave. The Adam's apple was shaved. Why do these first ladies have apples? You thought it was just Manchell, huh? Okay, Manchell. Barry, not Barack, was his name. Was or is? You tell me. I think you got spun. Remember that Hebrew word is pervert. Well, no, froward. Froward, the definition of froward is to pervert. You've been perverted. So that's why you probably think it's 2025 and God's in the sky. And that's not true. So goodbye. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord is a pagan term, mean master. And he said those two witnesses he'd sent, or whether said, I come quickly, let no one take your crown. Maybe it's those thieves that are hanging on your face right there. I don't know, you tell me. You're into your idolatry and imagery, right? Can't turn a goat into a sheep. It's not possible. It isn't. Sheep are chosen already from the foundation of the world, as well as the goats. Most people are goats. Most people are evil. Most people go to hell. Most people couldn't define the word hell, so they're already in hell. Hell's no knowledge. Hell's not below your feet. Heaven's not above your head. Earth's not below your feet. God's not in the sky. Thank you. Just keep getting them out of here, Father. I want to listen to these fools, right? Try to argue with reality. Tell me if reality is or normality, or you have to get in the van now. Get in the van. Well, that sounds pretty wicked, don't it? Get in the van. Like these. Here are some candy, little kid. Here they just had their dual pagan holiday. Wow. People passing out candy to strangers. Stranger danger, huh? All right, man. I'm just sitting here. Joe Biden, huh? Trump, Joe Biden, Trump, or Obama, or Barack Obama. Donald John Biden, Trump, Clinton, Kennedy. I just keep doing it, man. You guys are fools. Spun on a ball. We got spun on a ball camp. This one time in ball camp. Are you in ball camp right now? Are you in ball trouble? In the ball trouble? Oh, that's okay. No concern. No need for concern. At this time, right? Oh, hey, it's awesome. Right now, I'm loving it. Like, did it. We all have our Noah moments, right? At this point in time, some of us get that. You reap what you sow. Sow seeds is the word broadcast. So most people are lost in space, right? They got their head up. They're lost space, dark space, and place. It's called your fourth point of contact. It's what we call it in the military. But ass is somebody who can't learn. I mean, like stubborn, like a goat. Remember, most people are goats. Goats, that's the greatest of all time. Right? The greatest ever. Greatest. Are you the greatest? Great. Yep. It's called an archive, Darren. An ark, kind of like Noah. It's ark. Get it? Ark. Kind of like Ark, Texas. Remember? Went through Ark, Texas. The eclipse. Great red dragon eclipse. What do you hear, bud? My puppy's got his ears up like he hears something. He's on it. My ears are working. He's keeping the guard of dad. Archive, kind of like the Vatican's got their library. Watch out, Darren's dangerous. He's thinking he's using his head. Dangerous thinking. Dangerous thinking. You should listen to that song by B.O.B. Bob, Darren, called Dangerous Thinking. B period, O period, B period, rapper, artist, whatever. He's not, but look up the song, Dangerous Thinking. To tribal boycott authority, dangerous thinking. You'll like it. It's a good song. Some people use their heads. Most people think the government's going to be always there to save them. They think the government is always going to be there to arrest them, bail them out. We kind of got this, whatever, with what's going on or whatever through, hurricanes and Katrina, Helene. Yeah, they think the government's always going to be in mind control is with the word government. So, but they think the government's always, there's two kinds of people on this rock. There's people who think the government's always going to be there to save them. There's people who use their heads and can think for themselves. See the difference? So careful there. Dangerous thinking. Don't think for yourself. Let them hit you with the mind control. Too many realities. No, too many fallacies. What's the reality? People be goats. People got sheep paralysis. They think they're sheep, but they're goats. So can't help them. Can't turn a goat into a sheep. It's not possible. So they love their goat worship. Their goat god is Baphomet, Jesus Christ. It is the god of goat, woman, man, beast, and woman. They're a triple gender god. See why they want you to come on by, so you'll give it a try. Yeah, huh? I don't eat pork or sausage. No thanks. I'm not trying your pole worship. Salami. Your bologna pony. How about that? Big Bob. Horse sandwiches. Meat. You ever know who Big Bob is? Not B.O.B. Bob, the rapper artist. Bob from like Harold and Kumar Bob. Oh, salami. So, snakes up a pole, baby. They love it. They like to trade lightsabers in their ice holes. I ran across the mall. Yeah, they like to hide history, Darren. History's hidden. 1800s are a mystery. Remember the compression event, the liquefaction event that happened because of compression? Literally thousands of miles were covered, like opening up a toothpaste tube and literally pushed out all onto the buildings. They don't like to talk about that, do they? Hailstones, the size of basketballs leveled wooden cities. Shh, they don't ever like to talk about these, minimas, grand solar, mini ice ages, Dalton, Maunder, Oort, Spore, Wolf. It's all these sun cycles. They don't want to pay attention. It's all in their face, but people don't want to see. They're blinded by the lights. False light, remember? So, blinded by the light. All right, well, let me move on with this Project Gotham too here. Project Gotham is something that's part of this extension of this Operation Warp Speed, Project Blue book, where they're going to use the tech against the people to bring in the police state, and they're going to use tech to do it. And tech's going to scan and get rid of everybody they don't want here. And Father's going to allow them to do it. Father creates evil. That's what you haven't figured out about evil. Father creates evil. Most people are evil. The word nice means to be stupid. Most people are very stupid when it comes to evil. They would know evil if it smacked them right in the face. If evil came knocking on your door with a big set of, chi-chis or lipstick and wearing fishnet stockings and high heels, would you let her in? So it's a third of these messengers down here in his playground called Earth, right? The ones that are ruled, whereas the Earth isn't below your feet. These people are ruled by their tongue. They don't even know what they're talking about. They think they're spinning on a planet. So you can't help people who are spinning, right? That Hebrew word is pervert, spin, twist, warp, change, add, take away. The world is evil. The world is full of perverts. Just face it. The pretendant in chief is a Cheetophile. Mr. Orange, Taco Bender. So, kind of like a Dorito taco shell at Taco Bell. Oh, just knocking them out of the park today, aren't we? Huh? Batter up like balls. They're ball gods. Sun balls. Gods in the sky. They thought the sun was dying. They prayed to Saturn, the Saturnalia, the feast. He said, don't sup. Don't break bread, right? We'll do it daily bread. So give us this day our daily bread. So that's why we're here, sharing the light. That light is that mother abyss knowledge that people lack. My people shall perish for lack of knowledge. That's the word hell. Hell's the word no knowledge. So here we are, shadow banned again. Thank you, YouTube, for shadow banning this channel and keeping these idiots away from me. Because I don't care about people who don't know her. You had already shown them the light. They've already been on that path. People who are prepared aren't riding the fence. That's called lukewarm, and vomit you from my mouth is what he said. So leaven's the whole lump. Leaven is sin. Sin with sweet Jesus makes you punch drunk on the world. Yeah, on the woes of this, cares of this, instead of I, single, centered on Father and Shiloh, the Redeemer, the bride, and the bridegroom, the wedding. The bridegroom will return. The bride would tarry, remember? But you don't know nothing about that, do you? Don't care anything about the word. That's the word is Hokadesh. All you care about your religious idiocracy. So I'll call it, because nobody else will. The robots are going to come get you. Yep, robots. And they'll blame it on the robots. That's why you were unalive, because the robots figured out that you're a fake Christian. And you go after this sex daddy pistol cracker Jesus, birthed in the middle of the winter on December 25th is Satan, and it knows that. So you'll find your lack of intelligence is going to perish. You're going to go away because you don't know. It says it right there. My people shall perish for lack of knowledge. So enjoy your gnashing of teeth and enjoy your little robot daddy dance. Your I'd be back, you little Terminator. I'm going to terminate you because you think a robot's alive. You think a computer's alive. A computer's a math problem. The Torah, the original Hebrew language, is a mathematical language, but you couldn't figure it out to make any sense. You don't have a spiritual calculator, celestial calculator, biblical scriptural. Your words are slang. It's not 2025, so you won't make it a chance. Happenstance, not by chance. There is no chance. There's no free will. There's no luck. You've already been chosen. You've been selected because you're a, Christian? Goodbye. Fake? Other Jesus, other gospel? Goodbye. The computer knows this. You don't think it does? It's an algorithm. Algorithm is a dancer. They've done dance through this mathematical problem so many times that it gives you the answer. Well, the best answer according to which put into the computation. Computer math problem. So, see, you're the fucking problem. You're a problem because you think a computer's alive. You're a problem because you think there's gods in the sky, and that's not a problem to them. They're going to eliminate you. You're like a cancer. You just keep growing and growing, or like an Energizer bunny, thump, 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 like you silly rabbit that chased that golden carrot in you and your golden dough. Well, they'll imprison you, if maybe not. I think it's going to whack the nation, just like they did already with their vaccines. I mean, stand on the X like a duck in a pond and get the shot, remember? Whatever, like a bump on a log, they sit there like a duck in a pond. They don't even try to. The woman will flee to the wilderness, flee to the wilderness, flee. The woman is the bride and the bridegroom, flee to the wilderness. If you're in a city, enjoy your Gotham city. Burnt to the ground, ashes under your feet is what the word says. So, hooked up to the grid, smart meter my ass, you're a ass, somebody you can't learn. You have no idea what kind of electrical. You look like you're in one of those toasters, those old toasters, look like the sky fries, all that lacing, up about the skies went out, it's all, the grid pattern, and you're in that pop, 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 goodbye. Goodbye. Your enemies be ashes under your feet. You're not my enemy. That's what he said. Father hates cities, just in case you know. Father doesn't like one city on this rock. He hates cities. He hated Babylon, that burnt mountain. That's what the word says. Enjoy your mount. Mount is the power. In these powerhouse cities, goodbye. Goodbye. I see it already. It's not me doing it. It'll be the sun. It's not you. It's not CO2. Remember, Al Gore, get back in the closet. It used to be chlorofluorocarbons and styrofoam, and we're all going to die because your wife used Aquanet, but they moved the goalpost on you. Now it's Greta, Mr. Thunberg or whatever his name is. And you don't like polar bears, and we're all going to die. That was Al Gore. Remember, Al Gore rhythm is a dancer, but now they've got what is it? Greta on a boat, boats and hose. Remember? Hose, you want to know where all the hose are at? Ask Santa Claus. Satan, the sun god Mithra, the one that Donald Trump decorates his house with. See, there you go. Your towers. God hates cities. God hates towers. Remember that burnt mountain? Mountain is a Trump. It's in the word. So enjoy your cities. That burnt mountain, Babylon. So maybe it's that microwave that you live in a microwave if you live in a city. That's how smart people have been frontal lobotomized. You live in a literal microwave. You do. And the sun can microwave you at any second. But once that sun hits anywhere of that grid, you're all going up, turn red, and just literally see steel buildings just melting. Not like 3 buildings with 2 airplanes. That was warp speed, Mr. Abaddon John himself. But and they're still touching kids at the airport. But there are going to be, what a transformer is? Not like more than meets the eye. Come on by so you can give it a try. Talking about these things that they put up on these cans because you can't understand. You live in a literal freaking microwave, millimeter towers, microwave towers, gee whiz. That's not internet, but anyways, 5G, get out of here. You don't have any idea. So I don't feel bad about anybody's in a city right now. I really don't. You're just asking for, cruising for a bruising, I guess, right? Could be more than bruisings and contusions. It's going to be ashes. So I don't want to go there. How could that not? Do you realize how fast a city go up when everything's hooked up to a smart meter? Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not grounded. So when those whole currents come through as above and so below, they're going to come out and roast you from the inside out. Kind of like a microwave. Oh, tower. Not 5G, that spin you around in circles. That's what G whiz is, 5. You would know that's so you can't breathe. Like millimeter, like George Floyd, like Eric Carpenter, like they pinned Christ back to a tree, not a cross. Pinned, pegged, staked, nailed. That's your va, your extra energy drink. The symbol of that va is the nail they put in each one of his hands. Va, 2 in his hands, 1 in his feet. Go ahead and drink your Red Bull. Gives you wings too, right? Unleash the beast. You're an idiot. You know what I'm talking about. Letting do this to you and everybody else too, right? So you think I'm going to get in the way of this? Nope. But I'm not going to be the one that just goes down silently into the night. Whatever. It's not for me to try to change any of this. The thing I could do is change what's around me. I'm not trying to make any solid plans. I'm preparing for the worst and have faith that Father will provide me an abundance and bounty until that time, which I already have. So I hate to see people suffer, but that's what happens when you're a goat. You're a goat. You know, you're not going to turn a goat into a sheep. So it's not the time to sit there and go out and trying to change anybody. I made quite the mistake for more than a decade, failing at something that, well, even more than a decade of trying to get this community together. Some things I don't always succeed at, or sometimes I make a mistake and I go back and I fix the mistake that I made. He said, come out of my people, right? Do not partake in unfruitful works of darkness. I've done works of darkness. Absolutely. We've all done it. We've all fallen short of the word. We've all been a Peter. We've all done the phileo, these worldly things, because it's easier just to get by and not, rock the boat. When he's the one steering the ship, it's going to get rocky. The word says long suffering, tribulation, sorrows, and intensification of waves. So it sounds like it's going to get more rocky to me, right? So, yep. That's not what people push. They push the Antichrist. Antichrist is peace. MAGA is the high priest of the Satan church. You in good hands? Like Allstate, these people have no afterlife insurance whatsoever. None. So here we are. And I'm glad we didn't go full bore bananas like Bang Bang Gorilla, Bruno Mars, whatever, silly little Eric in the meantime. But they were still documenting this, and we're still able here to be up, and that things didn't get super insane in the membrane. Maybe people were helping people out. Maybe people were changing their minds and going in and just wrecking these businesses and going in and stealing their way into, feeding themselves. That's quite childish. And it says in the word, if you don't work, then you're not going to eat. So I'm charitable. I know that people need. I have more food than I can feed myself for the next 20 years. But and I'm not hoarding anything. And this people have been given every blessing to be able and a bounty to come here and share what I have. But Father hasn't provided that. And what I put away is for long term, like Noah for 126 years, he built an ark. So some things take a little longer. And all I have to do is be charitable with the word. I don't have to give people a single bean, a single piece of rice, no water, no nothing. That's not what charitable is. The falling away from, is the word. The feminines of the word, the pestilences of the word, charity is of the word. It's not of food, although that is, you can add, obviously, but that isn't going to get you to what you think is heaven because you gave somebody something to eat. You're supposed to give people meat. You know what I'm saying? Project Gotham is this continuation of the Panopticon system of their Project Blue Book with the Operation, Nanook, hashtag the ice wall, ISIS in the streets of America, putting up a wall, whether it's at the border or not, or these ISIS terrorists not putting up this Panopticon system, getting people who are supposedly illegal, all of this police state. This is Project Gotham. This is a continuation of Operation Warp Speed, Operation Mockingbird, Operation Nanook, Operation Popeye. This is all part of this same, yes, this is all part of this continuation to bring the system over to a digital system and to get rid of all the dead weight in their eyes, the low-hanging fruit, whatever you want to call it. The system will do it. It's allowed. It says in the scripture, the beheading of the saints, the encampment of the saints. It's part of scripture. There's all fathers created this evil that allowing them to do this. So the head of this, warp speed plan is obviously Mr. Avedonald John himself, the Cheetophile that was selected to be the, 4 plus 7 is 11, 9/11 president. 4 plus 5 is 9 when you skip Joe Biden, right? 4 plus 5 is 9, skip Joe Biden, 4 plus 7 is 11. So the Cheetophile, like a Taco Bell vendor, like a, Dorito taco vendor, says one thing and does something else. Ran as a peace president, now he's the war president. So creating more war. Now he's going to go after Nicaragua because they're killing Christians over there. Yeah, right. Like he's going into Venezuela because of oil. This is a time where if your head is so far up your ass, somebody you can't learn, uh, because you can't see what's going on, and that we're not going into Venezuela because of cartel and fentanyl, or that's bullshit. This has to do with, see, that's what I'm saying. Remember Chavez, remember all this stuff back in history. Remember Cuba, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Look at where this Caribbean, look at all this is a war right in the backyard of America. And people are too stupid in America to figure out what they're doing. They're literally taking over country after country now. That we're just going to take over Nicaragua now, Greenland, Canada. Never forget what Trump has done. Mexico. People are falling asleep at the wheel, and this will all go in a big swath at one, come with a large event that will continue on from that day. But, I'm glad what we just saw happen in the last couple of days didn't, trigger what potentially could be something. And it's still very, people I don't believe have gotten their benefits yet. So hopefully people are showing some humanity right now. And I know there are people still going out and doing things, but not at the level that potentially that this could, at any moment, it could still turn into that. So I'm glad that people are showing some civility and humanity right now. Normality is gone, reality is gone, but at this point in time, not breaking into your small businesses and your mom and pop businesses would have just made things way worse. It would have just left the top, and then they could eventually, if people would have ransacked these larger businesses, it could have made them shut them down. Well, you're never going to go inside a store again. And that would be a cancellation almost, overnight of your ability to pay with cash for food. You'd have to have a app or pay by phone or pre-order before it's ever picked up. You're not going to pick it up unless it's already paid for. There's just a lot that could happen overnight. They've done capital controls in history before. They put controls on people, and that's where this Project Gotham is going. This Project Gotham is a continuation of the police state. Remember, Trump loves the police. He's the red flag gun law bump stock. If I had my way, I've had all of you shot. Well, that's the movie Pink Floyd. He kind of represents the, Pinky in the movie. But he said, I'll take the guns first, put them in jail, or whatever, whatever, to take them first and then convict them later. That's violates, your constitutional right of due process, innocent until proven guilty. I've had it used against me. So I know they used that same thing, Trump's law, against me to take my weapons away from me. So for just using my constitutional right of free speech, my First Amendment. So it is what it is. I'll go down as one of these people in history that they did it to. So, yeah, that's part of this fake alien invasion. This is what's going to do it. You got it. So this is part of this Project Gotham, which is DARPA to come in. DARPA and Palantir and Lockheed Martin and Interlink with Starlink with Stinky Muskrat. This is all part of this panopticon, police state, surveilled, face scanned, everywhere you go, digitally tracked, traced, credit, tokenized, credit scored communism. That's what is coming. All brought to you via as is above, so is below. This will call you out everywhere you go. Everywhere. Remember, Stinky Muskrat said, there's nowhere they can't put this. They can't reach out and touch it and see it wherever you're at, and people give most of this hive mind to the metadata and just create their own, scenario. That's how this system was working. It's a hive mind. It's not alive. It's just taking the math and it's giving you the best results of what you put into the system. People are so lame that they think a computer is alive. Like they think that triple gender comet, 3-eye atlas is some kind of interstellar nonsense. There is no getting out of the firmament. There's no getting out of here. I'm not sure if the same, but I've heard you say blue book, a bunch of people calling it. No, there's no blue beam. It's Operation Blue Beam. I know people are saying, Pizza, I've been doing this. This whole ministry is about what I've been saying. I've been doing this for 12 years on YouTube. The 923 executive orders be put in place during this Project Blue Book. not Operation Bluebeam. That's out of the 90s. Project Blue Book is something that's been happening since the 1800s. Okay. I know what it is that the whole public doesn't know. This goes back to prior for thousands of years of technology, but in Tartaria, the Hitler got the fallen angel technology. No, he didn't. That's the same Tesla technology that Donald John Trump's family still holds today. The millimeter wave, the ether technology, the whole current technology, the 369 technology, all this, this is not something that's new. The ionosphere going in there collecting energy from the ether, a reverse pulse, as is above, so is below. The whole current's below, this is not hidden. This psyop with Operation Bluebeam, although there's directed energy technology, that's just a little scope that gets people. We've had spontaneous combustion for how long? So people were spontaneous combusting before they were using their directed energy to make people spin and drop like sacks of potatoes. You know how many different energies that could be shot at you directly, pointed at you directly via satellite? Any one of us could be gone in a second. Ashes right there. Spontaneous combustion right through your damn walls of your house, whatever, focused on you. Hyper focused. How come we don't hear about spontaneous combustion anymore? That was a big thing growing up. I remember hearing about it. Now. It's the same technology that they've had for millions of years. So Project Gotham is to bring the police state in, okay? So, okay, this is the 923 ritual where Hitler found fallen angel technology, right? Here it is, man. It's all right here. Done. I'm the only one on anywhere on the internet doing this. And I don't want no special fucking brownie button. World War II equals World War III. 923 is the ritual of the Samhain. That's why they went so hard on it this time too, because they do it every year. 44, Barack Obama, he's the one who signed the top of the Trade World Freedom Tower. Va, va, va. That's the ether symbol, 44. This is all going by this 9/11 scripture. 9/11 script, the Revelation, sun god of the abyss, Satan, Mithra, the one that Donald Trump has his house decorated with. So this 923 ritual, I'm the only one anywhere on the internet. I've been doing this back in 2014. I first introduced you to this 923 and warned the coming of Trump before he even ran for president. I'm not some kind of prophet. I've been studying off and on the dark web as long as the internet's been out. Okay, they're white papers, even down to this fake nation of Israel that's over in the desert. Because when he says Israel in scripture, he's talking about all flesh, not this place in the middle of the desert. So they've been playing this out for thousands of years in this time of the Gemini. Aries, Pisces, Aries, 33. Aries, Pisces, Aries, Aries, Pisces, Aries. But you have to understand their vernacular. You have to understand they speak in code, in cipher. 323, 623, 923. 923 executive orders was passed under Barack Obama, which allows them to relocate whole communities and put them into work camps. Okay, this could all happen at one time, down to the eclipse that happened in the U.S. with the Revelation 12 sign of 2000, right? 17, 923. This means everything to them. 23 is their, 236, 623, 923, 12, 369. Tesla knew this. I know this. They hate that I know this. Satan is represented by Donald Trump. He's revealing the coming of the eighth king. He is not the Antichrist. People say he is, but he's not. His tower is decorated with the Antichrist. The Antichrist is Adolf, the one that was locked in the pit in Revelation 9:11. That's why he's revealing it. This is Jesus Christ. Mithra, Satan. They thought the sun was dying, and at the equinox, equal day, 923, 323, equal day, equal night, they prayed to Saturn to try to slow the sun. This is you're worshiping Jesus Christ in the middle of the winter. Jesus Christ is Satan, the Antichrist, birthed on December 25th in the winter in a manger. Manger Jesus, Baphomet. So they know what they're doing here. This seventh king is being revealed as the eighth king as we speak, because we're already in the age of Aquarius. We're not in the age of deception anymore, which was Pisces. We're now in the age of Aquarius. We're in the age where in this next 2,000 years, the kingdom of heaven that is within, the bride will be crowned, because you have to have a crown to sit at the feet of Shiloh to receive your inheritance. The two kings, right? The no kings ritual, remember? Crowns, I come quickly, let no one take your crown. So I'm the only one doing this anywhere on the internet. The 923 executive orders that'll bury Sotero pass will allow them to take the damn puddle. I did it off of Truth Viral Television. If you want to see the original start of this 10 or 11 years ago, when I was warning you about what is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? What was happening right now? At Truth Viral Television, I was warning you, hey, these 923 executive orders that are very Sotero Barack Obama just passed could be used against you during this, administration. No, this won't happen until future, because actually he used that soft medical martial law at 4-5. 4 plus 4 is right 44. Barry 8, 88. Donald Trump 88. They do this by the number. So remember, 4 plus 5 is 9. He took office. What did he do? What happened during that administration? Oh, he brought us the crown. I come quickly, let no one take your crown. On March 11th, he declared the coronavirus crown. And look at what they're doing right now with their no kings ritual. No kings, no kings, no kings, right? No kings. They're mocking you. They're throwing this in your face. The king of the pit is the seventh king being revealed as the eighth king right as you speak. That is the Antichrist spirit. The Antichrist was, what did Hitler do? Time Magazine's Man of the Year, 2 years in a row. Barry selected twice. Barack Obama, right? You had to skip Joe Biden so he can be president 9/11. The Cheeto file. So, but the 923 executive orders, which will eventually enslave everybody under Walmart, period, the Waltons. I've been doing this long enough now. I know that it was the Waltons and interned American citizens during World War II. And now there's interning anybody. They don't care who you are. Too poor, American citizen, not, you got a mental disability. Pretty soon they're just going to bring in the robots. You're just in their way. Vaccinations are like mowing the grass for the elite. So now they have these warehouses of robots, DARPA, Palantir. Why does Elon Musk have warehouses of robots? Would anybody like to tell me that? What does Elon Musk have warehouses of robots for? I bet you Mr. Warp Speed's got his own armies of them. I bet you many of these politicians are heavily invested in this tech. Palantir, DARPA, Lockheed Martin. They're going to make these things fly around in the sky. Drones, flying robot drones, you fucking idiot. You're going to call them aliens. Alien is a word. Alien is a word. You can't tell me they can't make a sex doll squirt and get a hard on, that they can't take and make a 40-foot sex doll run around, and you think it's some kind of giant alien. Aliens are not giants. Alien is a word. Giant is the word Anak, an Anaki. Not a Nephilim is the word bully. Nephilim doesn't have any to do with how tall, inches, millimeters, centimeters, feet a man or a woman is. The word Nephilim is bully. No 40-foot dudes stuck their magic school buses and no women with 5-foot frames. That's sensationalism, fairy tales that never happened. Fallen doesn't mean from the sky. We're locked in the firmament. There's no universe. There's no spinning spiral arm of the fucking galaxy bullshit. Shut up and leave here now. Get away from me, you sensationalists. They did that back in the time. They thought there were gods in the sky. They prayed to Saturn because they thought they could slow the sun at the equinox. You're doing the same dumbass shit with your 2025 nonsense. Get away from me, you pagan Satanist slime ball. Slime, creatures from outer space. Oh, now we got Marvin the Martian too, right? Alien is a word. This is what people do. Father, this is why he doesn't want us celebrating anything only by faith. Or we say, so don't fall into this stupid pride and you're going to covet and get your way into heaven because you got riches and you're the greatest and all. It's nonsense. By faith under this covenant are we saved. And only that people go out and suffer for standing against this system that they currently have in play called America, because Christ stood up to the America of the day. Well, he stood up to the church, the government, religion. So if you're not currently facing current charges, being, on facing, whatever, I don't care if you're on it or in jail or have been in or for standing up to law, then you're not Christ-like. You're some little sissy pansy ass law. Get away from me. I don't want to be around people right now who don't love the word and can't realize that Christ stood up and paid the price and suffered for standing up to perverted law. And now this is MACRA, Make America a Constitutional Republic again, not a corporation. And you're part of the corporation. So if you don't stand up to the corporation, well, then you're a mass murderer. If you go to work and ever paid a W-2, I don't give a fuck if you've been a veteran or not. You have killed people with your dollars. You will, the measure that you poured out on these other nations. There's 1,000+ military base. It ain't just the wars you see on television in all 180 countries. You got your head up your ass. You don't want to learn nothing. He said, come out of her, my people. So I'm not sitting there playing this shit. They don't care. They're bringing this forward. They're going to bring this police state in. America's the beast, and it's going to be taken over by digital blockchain tokenized credit scored communism. Police state already here. Metaverse already here. Pull your head out of your ass. They're going to bring in this project Gotham, this project Blue Book, where they're going to bring robots into your life, whether you like it or not. NPC, non-player character. How much you want to bet there's millions of robots that are currently amongst the population right now that won't fuck you. They don't respond to being hit on. See, if they don't procreate, then they can exist in society. And if you try to rape it, it'll fucking kill you. If it's a female or a male. Oh, they'll peel the cover off because the word apocalypse means to lift the cover, to remove the veil. Haven't you ever seen the movie Terminator? I'll be back. They're already here, you dumbasses. You can't tell me they make them little baby dolls like, what, I guess for ladies who lose a child. Those things are pedophile things. I don't know what the hell those are. Those things are nasty. I don't want to ever see those babies in my eyes. I can't stand those things. They look too real. And they're like $50. They make a sex doll that can squirt or get hard on. You can't tell me once again they can't make a 40-foot freaking robot and put a sex doll on it and run around and chase you with a green skid and tell you it's an alien. Shut the fuck up, you triple gender 3-ball comet motherfucker. Get away from me with your triple gender Jesus crap. I don't want to hear it. Your sky daddy gods. This is why Father doesn't want us to do this stuff. You don't live on a planet. There's no such thing as a planet. Get away from me. It's not 2025. Can't stand this earth as a ruled. People think heaven's above their head. What a bunch of bumbling morons. Think they're spinning on a ball. Corkscrewing on a block rock ball in the third dimension, rock from the sun. Notice 33 Masonic. Yeah. Third rock from the sun on a ball. Third dimension, spinning at 1,040 miles an hour, corkscrewing through time and space. Are you that fucking lame? You don't even understand the heliocentric model. You're already in space, you dumb motherfucker. You don't need even to go to space because you're already in space. The constellations disprove your heliocentric model, you fucking prick. Get out of here. Fuck away from me. Oh, now we're going to talk about shapes. Take your little square peg or your little round flute and stick it in somebody else's American pie. Okay? You've been severed, your head. Like a circle. You don't live on a planet. Go away from me. Spinning around on a ball. This one time in ball camp, band camp, get away from me. Once again, Peter Pan, take your little flute and stick it in somebody else's pie. Get away from here. Take your little apple pie. And eat your kids too. You know, McDonald's ritual. Yeah. Red and yellow. You don't even understand. They do this stuff with Biden color to you. Play colors to you. Like, remember? Colors and shapes. And people are so distracted. They get fight over a letter, J. There's no J in Hebrew, nor is there any J in the Old or New Testament. So Jesus is Satan, the sun god. Anybody pushes Jesus on you is a Satanist. They are. He said don't add a jot, and now they added a yod. No, they've added their own thought. That's exactly why he divorced his bride Israel. and I'm judging you with righteous judgment like the scripture tells me to do. He'll condemn. He separates the wheat from the chaff. We got to let this wheat, right? The weeds grow with the wheat. He condemns. We just show people to the narrow way through the broad way. This ain't no religion. So I rebuke religious people. Send anybody here. I guarantee all religious people that believe in Jesus Christ are about to get whacked by robots. Maybe taken into slave camps, maybe taken underground, but they ain't gonna be, maybe they'd be raptured because you think there's some kind of rapture. That's the stupidest fucking thing ever. Nobody's getting out of here without tribulation. We will all suffer. Rapture, the harpose of the calling up, meeting his elect in the sky, that doesn't come without tribulation, you idiot. Like people stood there on Rapture, Indiana on April 8th of 2024 waiting to be fucking lifted in the sky. Well, guess what? You'll get your wishes, you dumb fucks. Can't you see them spraying us like bugs with heavy metal? You know, magnetism, polarity, all that's going to go down to the bottom of your feet. I guarantee you came in through your head, you're going to leave right by your feet because he's a snare that lifts us out of here because they love doing it by the script. I got the, remember Project Blue Book? I've got the script. Oh, I've got what they're going to do. I know what they're going to do. It's not a secret. There's no guessing. It's already written, you fucking idiots. Stop guessing. There's no guessing. No worries, man. So you can do the kids always first. This ministry, I mean, you got to take care of the little ones. Take care of the little ones, especially right now. Both of those with those, you know, and with suck, you know, with children, those that are young. It's a hard time. You got to take care of those kiddos first, always, man. You first, so you can take care of them, but got to be a Papa Bear first. Outstanding. Good call. I like to hear that. You don't have to just stay in the word. The gospel's simple. Remember, we keep it simple in here. So you ain't going to be meandering all over the place trying to figure it all out. So appreciate your coming in and appreciate you. Time goes quick, huh? Like 30 days, man. I'm either going to eat squares or I'm going to, this will all be done. So, yes, he said the Most High doesn't dwell in temples made by hands. See that pizza? Why people were, why he was such a threat to the church? Because he had destroyed the physical temple, the physical rituals, no stone be left upon another with this prophecy, right? He knew that the armies would come in and surround Israel, destroy the temple, destroy all the buildings, turn it all literally into gravel, then plow salt in the land and make them wander the desert. You know, he knew this was going to happen. Gave them, right? They wanted a place to study, gave them the rabbis, the synagogues, which later became obviously the synagogues of Satan and the Pharisees at the time of Christ. So every time that people do not ever go back and study their history, they realize that Christ was a threat. He said the kingdom of heaven is within. The body is a temple. See, this is what we learn here, Bones. This is the true gospel. There's only one gospel. The gospel is unchanged. You add a jot, that's the other gospel that Paul spoke of. Not our, another Jesus. Remember, he spoke of many Christ, many Jesus. Many will come in my name, and it doesn't say name, it says Shem. Shem was the law, the Torah, right? Not the Targum, and they'll be deceived. So here we are again. The macra, make America a constitutional republic again. It ain't going to happen. It's just a word, It's not going to be a constitutional republic. It's going to become communism digitally. It's already fascism. It's already turned into, a corporatocracy. Now, it's a democracy in the eyes of the people, which is a two-party system, and this is a constitutional republic. Remember? Judicial, legislative, and executive branch. The president doesn't make tariffs. Congress makes the tariffs. That's how fucking stupid people are when it comes to the Constitution. Congress makes the laws. Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the exercise of free speech, of the press, right? The right of religion, right to redress grievances, peacefully assemble, form well-regulated militias, right? Your First Amendment, first ballots, redress grievances, then bullets, right? Second Amendment comes second, First Amendment comes first. See, they knew what they were doing, huh? First ballots, then bullets. And I'm not calling for bullets. I'm just trying to show you. People don't even remember how this original Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, and Constitutional Republic was written. The Constitution of this, we the people of the United States, in order to reform a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, we the people do ordain, establish this Constitution. We the people are the Constitution, for fucking Christ's sake. You don't even know the Constitution. That's why I can't stand people these days. I took a note to the right of the people, not some fucking stupid ugly ass fucking red, white, and blue flag. Not stupid ass motherfuckers in this country who don't assert their rights, and not some stupid ass fucking corporation. I took a note to the right for the people to choose. You can't force a man. No victim, no crime. Fuck you. You have forgotten. You are unconstitutional and you are repugnant. And you're going to be judged by the law that you pour out on others. So I really wish I didn't know this, but I will be held to this measure. See how that works? Yeah, no victim, no fucking crime, you dumb motherfucking Americans. I hate your fucking sin that you allow every day. The word sin, well, the word sin, let's go back to mark. You're marked. You fucking got the mark of the beast. You do. And it's not a physical mark. The word mark is the word karak. Karak, or character. The word sin is to be off the mark. You're fucking off the mark, you fucking idiot. Your character is so far off from the aletheia. A constitutional republic is not a two-party fucking system. Judicial, legislative, and executive, and under the original Constitution, no victim. You have the right to face your accuser. The state can't be the goddamn fucking accuser. What are they going to do? Bring a whole state against you? Fuck you, you stupid dumbass Americans. You've forgotten how this constitutional republic works. It's repugnant. Everything they're doing right now is not even judicial. They're not operating in the original revised statutes, are not adjudicated through the House, Congress, and Senate. Once again, repugnant. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. When you take an oath to something, you don't stop until they throw you in the fucking dirt. That's what an oath is. It's like brotherhood. It doesn't have anything to do with blood. That's right, to the end. To my last breath. You're going to have to beat the goddamn heartbeat out of me before I stop. I'm not stopping because these people need to have somebody to have a voice. Most people are very afraid. And he told us to stand up to oppression. That's what he stood up. He turned over the money changer tables because they were oppressing his people. He said, you better have a millstone tied around your neck and cast into the sea than to hurt one hair. And he knows the number of hairs. I don't care if you shave your head like me on our head. Yeah, a millstone. The great millstone. See that? I have that on my arm. So every time I realize my bad judgment and going out to giving people false gospel, making up my own, I have to look at that every time I work. That's the millstone. They put that millstone. Remember, they put an ass or a mule to go grind that grain out on the big, and that big, it was massive stone. That's what that key is in the middle. It fit in there and they turn that around. And he said, you better have a millstone tied around your neck and to be cast into the sea. Into the sea. Than to hurt one hair on my children's head. That's a reminder of all the mistakes I've ever made. Being a false teacher. I work with both my left and my right hand. I have to see that every time. It's right there. Right in my vision. I can't get away from it. From the mistakes I made trying to add to his book. Make up my own version. I thought they would fit. He said, don't add a jot, don't take away a tittle, don't add even a thought to my book. One sin, Old Testament, was whether venial or mortal was death. One jot, death. One sin, death. One tittle, death. One thought, death. One yod, death. Nothing's changed. No, that's what I'm saying. They're just distracting everybody. There's always a calm before the storm, Bones. You got it. Good call. You got good instincts, man. Listen to your gut. Women got instincts. Men do too if they'd listen to them. But you got it. You should see it. There's always a calm before the storm. Before they came and SWAT raided this ministry, this house, the cabin, I told my son, they're coming tonight, son. They're coming tonight. This is the night they're coming. Do not resist these people. They will shoot you fucking dead. You move the wrong way, they will kill you. Okay, Dad, I understand. And he did. He went in with his hands in the air and he still got shot. State police are savages, man. These state troopers, what they did to this property, what they did to my animals, what they did to my son and my daughter, and still to this day, what father, see, they didn't do anything. Father's doing it to me. So I'm not mad at anybody. I just wish that not wish. I don't know if I'll ever know what's going to, I don't know. I got to get through this next hurdle that Father has me in here. So 21 days tomorrow until, because it's 22nd, right? Until court. Whoa. 3 weeks. Well, till pre-trial 1 week later, court. So might as well be, less than a month now. I'm right there from all this being finalized. If that's, I don't even want to say that. I don't know what the hell Father has planned. I can't make plans. He'll crush my plans. You see that. So, um, but I know that I stood up to the law because it was the right thing to do. And whether it cost me, and I hope it hasn't cost my son and daughter their lives, it's looking more like that's what, not by chance, that there is a better, I just don't have anything right now to the point that they're alive. I'm going to try, if I don't go to jail, I have a couple thoughts in my head what I'm going to try to do, but I have done everything I can do to, and I know where their bodies would be located or were at this point, because I do think that they're just said too much at this point, that their bodies would have been moved by either Josephine County, the state police, Lake County, Oregon, or Marshall Radonich, who I don't know if he's a bitch, a snitch, or where the fuck he's a fed, whoever he is, but his name is Marshall. If he's a federal marshal or who he is, but he sure had me deceived. We don't always get it right. And I do believe this is the man responsible for my son and daughter's death. So I can't get anybody to look into this. I can't report their bodies dead, murdered, raped, missing. And I have, and I keep getting thrown in jail for doing that. So I had to stop. I mean, I can't help my son when I'm sitting in a fucking jail cell. So now I am 512 days or something like that right now, or 25 or something like that. Since the last time I saw my son, he had his hands in the air being shot by the state police, which is still hard for me to fathom, because I told him if he didn't resist the police, they wouldn't shoot him, and they shot him anyways. So it's hard for me to imagine they wouldn't have already got and went and, like I said, I have grenade pins that, they woke up my son and daughter via, and I've yet to file it with grenades, but my daughter was woken up with a hand grenade thrown into the motor home in a separate building where they knew they had no access to any weapons, and grenade. That's why the inside of the windshield's all shattered from the inside out, because they literally concussed them from their sleep and assaulted them from a dead sleep, which that's not how you serve a warrant. There was no threat. My son didn't have a gun. I made it very clear. He didn't even have a butter knife. I wouldn't let him have anything in the cabin next door. What was the motorhome? But it was, whatever. It was it's a self-contained. It's a nice, they messed it up. It's ruined now. I don't think it'll ever be what it ever was again. It's just, the weather's gotten to it. It was an original. And then they came 45 seconds later after grenading my son and daughter, which woke me up. I went live and hit me in the face with a grenade right in the side of the head. You can see it on, I live streamed it. So I haven't filed a lawsuit. I know if my son and daughter were alive, this is their lawsuit pen. And they have had to been able to see this and get on the internet and see me live streaming, because my son was a moderator on this channel as Civic. So I believe the police have unalived him because of this grenade pin right here. They served the warrant incorrectly. They served the warrant incorrectly. Do you understand? This is called excessive force. They woke them up from a dead sleep without justification to use force. I went to the door, just asked if my son maybe 3 or 4 times was okay. Somebody took that off, had to take that, knew exactly what they were doing, and then literally hand through that, and it hit me, bam, right. You can see it just blow up right in the side of my face, which I don't know how. I'm not mentally handicapped, disabled, that I can even hear, although my hearing, I noticed that this stream is getting crushed now. I apologize. It is start talking about this, but my hearing is like a robot in this ear, and my eye vision has been ruined by the flash grenade in my face. So it's been worse than that. I've suffered a stroke and hemorrhaging for 6 months out of my head, and respiratory still problems to this day. From then, they continued to, at their tirade, to lob 5 of these tear gases canisters with my animals in here. When I told them, they had called me, that I was coming out, I would not be armed, And they know that because they were watching the inside of this. They were following my live stream. They followed me for 17 days on the internet, pleading them not to bring any men with guns in here and that we weren't armed. I had a shotgun and a 308, but I wasn't not going to use those. I made that very clear that there's no standoff. This is not Waco. I probably said that 100, 200 times. This is not Waco. We're not calling for arms. I'm just a dad that's standing up for his son. You said he didn't do his probation. He did it 2 times. And now you're trying to throw him in jail again. 5 tear gas canisters were shot through my windows, shot out all the front of the windows of the cabin, which are still not replaced today. That's why it's colder in here, and I just don't have all the, I got tape. I'm able to replace it. And they shot 5 of these in here. And I do believe that this is a part of the reason why my dog is still not here today. Maybe he would have lived a little longer if he didn't have to eat fucking tear gas canisters and stay in here until Marshall came and took him out of here and then wouldn't give him back to me. But 5 tear gas canisters, this is excessive force. This alone should, this is why I think my son and daughter are dead. As much as I don't want to say that, I want them to be alive. Both of them, I want them to be alive, but I don't want them to be struggling right now. But I don't think that they're alive. This grenade pin right here is what makes me think that they killed my son and daughter. They served this warrant incorrectly. This is excessive force. This is a potential attempted murder to hit me in the side of the face with a projectile that's meant to be thrown like a tear gas or a smoke or even concussion is meant to be put into a room to concuss or fill the room with concuss or gas or smoke, not directly at somebody's face. And that officer, whoever it was, I don't know which one. I know the officer through this is a different officer because these were found on a considerable distance apart. So I know that it's an impossibility unless he threw that one, came around, and then threw this one at me. I want to see his fucking body cams. You know what I'm saying? I want to see these officers' body cams. I'm very abundant that I was able to film a SWAT raid. Very few people get to film a SWAT raid. They come in very quick and hard and fast and normally surprise the shit out of people. And you don't have time to get on there, you know, click on what you need to click for a second. And, you know, I mean, they were here for 1 minute, probably. After I woke up, I went to the door and they hit me right in the face with a grenade. So they didn't come here to play nice. And actually the locals, if they do an investigation in this case, would find out that if they just went up to the local restaurant up there, now the people who are working there aren't there anymore because it's been so long. With the locals, if they did an investigation, they have to figure out who was there that day or whatever. They'd figure it out. Everybody's got fucking phones. I don't want to hear shit. You bring your goddamn tracking device everywhere you go. Fuck you. Cellular evidence data showed your ass was there. You know what I'm saying? It showed your ass was there. But if they went up to the lodge, a lot of these locals thought it was the end of the world. They thought it was fucking Armageddon. They never seen so many military armored vehicles out here in the desert. They thought it was the end of the fucking world. And they were bragging that they were going to have a firefight with the constitutionalists. I'm out here and they were going to get in a firefight. They came here looking for fucking blood. If they ever did an investigation in this case, they would find out that the state police in Lake County came for fucking blood. And it didn't work that way. And that's why they started getting fucking stupid, not saying anything, trying to play nice when they were still just fucking this place up, trying to get me to get out of here without my live stream, call me and get me out the fucking door without the live stream. They realized they didn't get what they wanted. When they came out here, they thought they can come out here and bum rush my ass. I know they did. He's a fucking vet. He knows us. He knows he's already said we're coming. Fuck it. We're going hard and fast. We're going in there. He said he would fight to the death to keep his son from going to prison. Yeah, for 17 days without any fucking weapons is what I said, you know, and that backed into a corner. I would strike. It was teaching your Fourth Amendment right to protect yourself under the Fourth Amendment. You have the right to be secure in your house, papers, persons, effects, right to warrant the search or seizure. I taught you how all this works. And then they just came and violated every fucking thing I told you that they can't do and shouldn't do and, you know, and would do. And they did it anyways. So I have all the fucking reason to file these, but I haven't filed these because I don't want to make the taxpayer pay for the criminal behavior of their public servants that are supposed to be serving in a law enforcement capacity. They're not. They're fucking tyrants. They're thugs. And any federal investigation would prove that my son and daughter were grenaded in their fucking sleep. That's a violation of cruel and unusual punishment. They didn't even have a warrant for my daughter's arrest that morning. They did not have a arrest warrant for my daughter. That is a fucking kidnapping. If you kidnap somebody, brothers and sisters, that's 25 fucking years. If you kidnap somebody armed, that's life in fucking prison. Life in prison. And look what they're doing in America right now. Failing these people's right of due process. Look what's happening right now in America. I know, that's why I haven't filed it. Carol, I haven't filed this. I could file this grenade pin tomorrow, Monday. But I have yet to file because I don't want the Oregon taxpayer to have to fucking pay for the criminal behavior. God is watching me. Father hated taxes. Remember, he sent Shiloh and he turned over the money table changers. They started a 2% revolutionary war with 3% of the populace, brothers and sisters. So I'm not trying to get rich. I've suffered. I went and got myself an attorney. No, I paid this ministry off before ever getting myself an attorney because the ministry is more important than my freedom. I could die. I could go to jail. The ministry is supposed to serve. As this pastor, I'm supposed to make sure that the ministry provides for the people, not for me. Oh, I have a place that I've secured here and have a roof, a dwelling over my head, but it's not my fucking property. It's the ministries. I know it's in my name and I'm trying to get all this stuff taken care of. A little bit more money and I'd be okay. But Father's struggling. Remember, I just gave out tens of thousands of dollars to one of the most expensive attorneys in the state. And I'm now 3 weeks away from a trial and he ain't even called me. Because something's not right, brothers, sisters. Something's not right. And they know that. They know that. But I'm not going to let Father, and Father's already told me to file this lawsuit. So I'm not listening to Father right now. But it still weighs heavy on my heart. I live in the poorest county in the state of Oregon that they're going to have to pay in this county for Lake County Sheriff's criminal behavior that day that I was able to film, that the taxpayer has to pay for that. State troopers came out here. This is involving the state troopers. The whole state's going to have to pay for the lawsuit if I place a separate lawsuit against the state of Oregon. Why does the taxpayer have to pay for the criminal behavior of their public servants or community servants? I was a fucking pig. Okay, I've done this. I've been special weapons and tactics trained. They knew this in their discovery and their evidence against me. They knew that. Is that why they brought such heavy force? I told them I wouldn't use any of my fucking training. I said, I only want them to come and have a conversation. If you actually look at the SWAT raid, I have de-escalation goddamn training. You can fucking tell that all I'm trying to do is de-escalate the whole fucking time. As my son is shot there and I'm talking to his possible fucking dead body and telling him he did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So, it'll all work itself out. I'm only 1 month away from this being finalized now. It's been a long road, man. I just lost my dog. Of 12, almost 13 years. Father's just being really cruel to me right now. So just not happy with the state of this corporation and what it's done to me, what it's done to my daughter. Imagine having a kid and you can't report their bodies murdered or missing and you have all the forensic evidence. But you have all the discovery. Apologize. I'm a prior law enforcement. I say forensic. I'm a prior investigator. Just comes out in my verbiage sometimes. But I have all the evidence and you know where your kids are at, but they won't even go file a missing persons report to either go find their dead bodies or to go get them. This is a very cruel world that I live in every single day that's violated me as a veteran. It's violated my rights, as a constitutional, defending your right, taking a note, do not quit your post until properly relieved. The first general orders I took as a veteran. This country has violated every right. I only have actually one right left as an American, and that's my First Amendment. I don't have a second. They violated my 4th, 5th, 8th, 12th. All my rights have been either violated or taken from me. I don't have the rights that most Americans have. The next thing that happens is I go to jail. That's the only really thing that they can do to me next. If they took my voice, they pretty much already have. They shadow ban this channel, and they have for years, and that's okay. It's Father doing it. I don't seek any vengeance, any man, but, I'm having a hard time living in a country that literally did what they did to my son. He got and made a mistake, but he fixed his problem. He went to jail. 5 guys all involved in the same exact theft of empty, vacant buildings left out here for years with nobody in them, living in them and just fucking being kids. and, they end up getting in trouble. And, my son's the only one to go to fucking jail. Out of 5 dudes, I was not a happy dad. Like, what the fuck? Why is my son the only one in jail? And one of them was a rapist. Unbeknown to my son and unbeknown to me at the time, he never went to jail. He never even was convicted of a crime. There were 4 other fucking kids. They got convictions. Well, one was 17. He was literally a minor child. The other 19. The other one just turned 20. They were kids, teenagers, but they were fucking young. And this 41-year-old rapist in the system comes out and gets them all in trouble. And he never goes to jail. He's still running around today. I seen one of the kids that my son got involved at the time. He was 17. He's a grown-ass man now. I said, my son, I'm still dealing with it. He's like, what? I guess he got in some trouble afterwards over getting in trouble with that. And he got in trouble and had to do some time. But it wasn't over that. It's because he got in trouble. Well, because of that happened. But see, all these kids' lives are grown. They're grown-ass men. My son's birth date into this world is in 2 fucking days. He's going to be 26 years old, and he's still fucking dealing with this. This started at the time of the COVID, 5, almost like 6 years ago, guys. This case, I have over $100,000 easy in this case, way over that. I could have been retired and on my way, but I didn't listen to my son, and I didn't take the precious metals I had this last time. So as soon as I can leave this country now, I'm going to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I already got all that taken care of, Ziggy. So I don't have any charges, so I don't know how much they'll give me the mandatory minimum for taking it to trial. They don't like when you do that, take them to trial. Only 1.5% of cases in America render a, verdict by jury trial, render a verdict by jury. So it's very rare for people to go to trial in this country. As much as you think people go to trial, no, the fuck they don't. People very seldom go to trial. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm hoping maybe this week coming up, my attorney will call me and say, hey, they dropped this shit. I don't know. Then I've only got 1 fucking week before pretrial, and he hasn't even called me to get me prepared for trial, called witness. How do I go to a trial where my son and daughter were the ones in the car that have charges with me for telling my son and daughter to go inside the house? They have to be there at my trial. John says they don't, which I don't understand. That's a failure of my right of call witness, my 6th Amendment right to call witness. My own goddamn fucking attorney is violating my rights. As much as I don't want to say that, but I don't know how he's not. He's not going to call Elijah or Adriana to the fucking witness stand. They were there that day in the goddamn vehicle that I told Elijah not to stop. Elijah has to fucking be there, at least if Adriana's not there, because they dropped her fucking charges. How could they have a trial for me where my own son, the one I told him not to stop the car because he did the 180 hours, is not even going to be at my fucking trial? What? You think I'm going to go there and not go, where the fuck is my son? I want him here as my witness. Why? How come he's not here? I have the right to call witness in my favor. I'm going to say it to my goddamn fucking attorney if I get in there. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how much I paid him. That's irregardless. I paid him to fucking help me find my son. I told him I didn't give a fuck what happened to me. I told him that to his face. I don't care what happens to me, John. This money I need to get my son, somebody to start looking for my fucking son. They keep throwing me in jail, John. I think the cops killed my fucking son, and he don't listen to me. He doesn't listen to me. You weren't chasing anybody, Simon. Speak the fuck up and don't sit there and put fucking words in people's mouth. You stupid motherfucking prick. Seriously, I can't stand people who've done that every goddamn time. They won't even go look at the fucking video and open and run their goddamn mouth. The speed did not exceed the posted speed limit. It never even goddamn raised. Chasing. Fuck you, you dumb motherfucker. Shut your fucking mouth. You assume the most fucking stupidest shit, world. Nobody will even look at the goddamn evidence. It's been almost over 540 fucking days, and they still won't even open up the goddamn case. I can't even report my son and daughter fucking murdered or missing. I told him to drive back home. We were going to give my daughter a shower. He turned around. The cop followed us for miles with no lights on. We almost got in front of the house. You couldn't see the fucking lights in the vehicle anyways because we live on a dusty road. He didn't speed. He drove back home. The cop pulled up without any fucking lights on, without sirens on, didn't even get out of his car. How the fuck does that sound like a police chase, you dumb motherfucker, Simon? You're a stupid motherfucker to open your mouth. You know that? You know what they say about being an ass? Fucking make an ass out of yourself is what you did. Shut your fucking mouth before you fucking chase my ass. See what I'm saying, brothers, sisters? Don't say sorry, you dumb motherfucker. You can apologize to me. Don't be sorry. Sorry's a one fucking word answer, isn't it? I'll take a sincere apology from you and apologize for fucking ripping your ass. But it sucks. The cop didn't even get out of the vehicle. He didn't even identify himself. He opened the door, but didn't even get out. No lights on, no sign. How the fuck they were charging my son with felony eluding the police? In their goddamn police report, it says he didn't speed. In their discovery, I know we only one car. We live out in the middle of fucking nowhere. He didn't endanger anybody. One fucking car. In their goddamn discovery, it says he was doing 55 miles an hour and he never sped up. He didn't speed. The cop pulled in without lights on, without siren on, and didn't get on the goddamn ground now. How's the fuck is that a felony eluding? On a felony traffic stop, you get the fuck. I got out of the fucking car and started barking at the goddamn cop to fucking quit his job. He's a piece of shit or whatever. He just sat there and listened to me. Lance Brown called him Sam Birch when he wasn't even the right cop. Then he went back in the car to get the cat. If that was a felony traffic stop, he would have shot me fucking dead for going back in that car thinking that I was going for a gun. See what I'm saying? So, Simon, I apologize for ripping your ass, but you dumb motherfuckers open your mouth up and don't even look. You don't even go through shit. And this is the society. I just hope I don't have one of you dumb motherfuckers on my jury or like that. You know, that you guys don't get a whole bunch of you dumb motherfuckers. Don't even want to listen to shit. I didn't mean to go there. It's not connection last night. I'm like telling me that we were talking about cannabis or something, saying that I said sativa was a mixed, or that Blue Dream was mixed with sativa and indica, and I never said anything of the fucking sort. I made it so fucking clear that I was the opposite. It's like I said out here, nobody's going to shoot, nobody's going to have guns. You're going to bring the guns, and still they just fucking did whatever they want. They just mowed over. So sometimes I know our body does that. You're going to put together smiley faces on the popcorn ceiling. You fill in the blanks, and our mind does that. Oh my God, Simon, what happened to Grandma? Oh, what the fuck happened? She died? Where do you want to meet her at the hour? No, she won the goddamn lottery. You know, her brain tends to go to the worst. So you do what everybody else did. I'm not personally mad at you, okay? So sorry if you can learn anything from this. Is just a one-word fucking answer. If you want to give somebody an apology, as well, I like to apologize because I apologize to you without just saying sorry. Sorry is a word. Anyone could say sorry. So apologize for ripping your ass. You look at the case, you'd see my son didn't speed off. He didn't. Then I told him to go in the house, jump over the fence. They're charging me with 4 felonies. My daughter's charges were dropped 13 fucking months ago for the same thing they're exactly charging me with. Interfering with a peace officer and hindering prosecution for telling my son not to stop. They've already dropped my daughter's charges 13 fucking months ago for the same exact thing. Then they don't have any charges of conspiracy because they charged us all with conspiracy 13 fucking months ago. That means I'm going to put Dave Vandenberg in prison for the rest of his life. Piece of shit Dave Vandenberg is going to go to fucking prison if I have my way. Because if Dave Vandenberg would have dropped the no contact order because they'd already dropped the criminal conspiracy charge, they didn't need to keep pushing that you can't contact your daughter, even when they arrested me for trying to get the cop here locally to look for my son and daughter and his hours. He arrested me and filed retaliatory charges. Remember? Yep. I ended up going to fucking jail over that. They knew where my son was at. So I was right. I went to jail over something. Remember, I got thrown in jail for trying to help tell the cops to do their fucking job. Well, her charges were dropped back in fucking September. Why did they keep, when they did that, when they put me and put those harassing the police and menacing the police charges, did they say you still have a no contact order with Adriana when her charges were already dropped? There is no criminal conspiracy fucking charges. They would have need to drop that no contact order immediately. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we need to go back and research. I'm not going through the whole fucking case. So anyways, see what I'm saying, brothers, sisters? Even if they convict me, fuck that. I'll go to appellate court, and I guarantee you, fuck that. They're not going to take these grenade pins. They're not going to, I'll still have this evidence. I'll still have this evidence. Bullshit, man. Fuck this shit. They dropped my charges or my daughter's charges, and because of that, I think my son and daughter have been murdered. Pat Wolke will go to fucking prison. Pat Wolke is a criminal fucking judge in Josephine County. I'm sitting there telling him that my son was murdered in his county as a fucking seated fucking judge. A magistrate in there should have stopped that court proceeding, said, wait a minute here, this could be a conflict of interest. Instead, he shut me down and said, I don't know what you're talking about. I guarantee you, if you put Pat Wolke on a goddamn lie detector, on a polygraph test, even though it's not admissible in court, he will fail it. Because I guarantee you, Dave Vandenberg called him and said, come and take care of this fucking Tracy Werner. He will not fucking obey. He won't even call himself Tracy Werner. He says he's Apocalypse, Revelation. He came in and did the subrogation of his merchant number. We can't control this guy. He won't fucking take a deal. He came over here to fucking try to strong arm me and put me into a trial and told me how to represent myself. Pat Wolke will do federal fucking prison time for violating my Miranda right of adequate counsel. He said I had to fucking represent myself in a fucking trial. No, I don't. No, the fuck I don't. Not under my Fifth Amendment allows me to have adequate counsel. If you're going to Mirandize my body and charge me, you have to provide fucking counsel for me. I don't have the fucking money to do it. These people have fucking extorted me and robbed me fucking blind. Every time I turn around, it is what it is. So their counsel has not provided me any. Phil Studenberg didn't file not one single thing. Pat or Paul Palmer forgot to show up to fucking court for my pretrial, forgot to show up. And when he finally got a hold of him, because he didn't show up over the phone, he said, oh shit, I forgot to quit months ago. Inadequate counsel. Then that fucking Pat Wolke sat there and fucking told me that Paul Palmer, who hadn't given me any counsel, was going to go ahead and have to represent me anyways. I don't want Pat Wolke put in fucking prison. Pat Wolke is a fucking criminal judge in Josephine County. I told him that my son was in Josephine County reported. He told me he didn't know what I was talking about to continue on with the case. You put Pat Wolke on a fucking lie detector on a polygraph test, he will fail it. You ask him, did Dave Vandenberg ever call you about this case? He's going to say, no, yes, he did. Yes, he fucking did. I guarantee Dave Vandenberg needs to go to prison too for calling him up trying to strong arm my ass. What the fuck is Pat Wolke being sent out at my pretrial to select who my goddamn fucking attorney's going to be? Why is Dave Vandenberg not there on my case? This is probably the largest case Dave Vandenberg is going to fucking ever do in his life. This could be the one that sinks Dave fucking Vandenberg's ship. You know what I'm saying? So. Okay, there, Tracy fucking Wiener, you dumb fucking idiot. Taking me a screen capture of this person. Feds, take this person's IP address. They probably got kitty porn on this. Don't monitor this person yet. This person probably has kitty porn on their IP address. Unmoderate that person for a minute. I want to make sure they know who the fuck they're messing with here. Because I know that the government watches me. I'm not even a fucking afraid of the government at all. So just so you know, Tracy Wiener, you're fucking probably got kitty porn on your fucking IP address, and you're a stupid motherfucker to be coming in here. You come into someone who's actually being monitored by the government. So your IP address could be freely seen. You think you're hiding behind some fucking firewall. You're not there, Tracy Wiener. So you know, okay? You're literally fucking being monitored. This channel is monitored by law enforcement. So you're going to get the judgments that you got coming to you either fucking way. But I don't, come in here and fuck with me, you guys, and you'll see that the measure will be poured out on everybody who did this to me. You can only get away with these things for so long. You might be able to get away with them in this lifetime, but you're not going to get away with them. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what does gooning mean, guys? This guy's a fucking goon. His name is Tracy Wiener, X7. He says he's gooning. First, he's fucking gonna jizz or whatever. What does gooning mean, guys? This guy says gooning. YouTube doesn't want to. That's how little I know of these stupid fucking Babylonian bullshit that these people say. Do you know that your IP address is available there, Tracy Wiener? Do you want to answer whether you have kitty porn on your fucking device? Have you ever looked up kitty porn? Do you have children on your fucking phone, on your iPad, on your camera? Tracy Wiener. I'm talking to you. You sick fuck. You realize you came into a channel that's monitored by the fucking law enforcement. So your stupid little fucking trolling bullshit. What are you, a fed? Or are you just a troll? Speak the fuck up. You have any kind of ability, or are you just some, it's okay. I know you're a vessel of wrath. You wouldn't come in here saying that stupid shit. Does anybody tell me what gooning is? What is fucking like the Goonies? Like Chunk? I guarantee this person's got some kind of a fucking addiction to come in here and try to fucking forget that he's coming into a channel, he or she, it don't matter what it is, that's monitored by law enforcement. Okay, so once again, jacking off. So see, I knew it. That's what I'm saying. This person is probably one of these people in the US that we've got this greatest fucking tech civilization ever, and they're still contacting me about my car's extended warranty. Then you got stupid pricks like this, right? Man or woman, who are sitting there insinuating sex. They're getting off sexually over pleasuring themselves over what people's pain. That's called sadistic. Sadistic, sadomasochism, it's fucking sadistic. So I'm pretty sure if this government was the badass government that it was, they would probably go find something with this Tracy Werner's IP address and figure out he's either just a fucking troll working for the government itself, or if the government actually, why would people like that be able to get away with the shit? And people can say what they want under the First Amendment, but the problem is too, you see this schmuck called IP fucking whatever address he is, his IP address could be located right now in America, because I'm pretty certain he's American. And I, with 5 other guys, could come fucking take him out to the woods and waterboard. Oh wait, waterboarding's illegal. We could booze board his ass and pour wine over him, in a cloth. And not going to do that, but that's what I'm saying. That's how fucking stupid Americans are right now. So even if he doesn't have kiddie porn on his fucking thing, which he probably does, you would probably find out that he's very easily, or she, to locate. You know what I'm saying? To locate, and that he could be taken, he or she, out to the woods, and nobody's going to miss him or her. That's how dangerous this country is right now, because you can get 5 guys that can dress up. They're not have badges. They don't have badge numbers. They're not identifying themselves. They're violating the right of due process, like they did to my daughter. Okay. Without a warrant. And they could do that to Tracy Werner and literally just take them right into somewhere, or do whatever they want to him. And I'm sure this person's a fucking nobody, or maybe they are. Maybe they've been a prick their whole life. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're married to and their wife or something said no to somebody at prom, and now this person's a prick, and this person's like, dude, I want to take that person away from that fucking schmuck. I'm gonna go get her. Now his wife is gone because he's a fucking prick, because he thinks he lives in a world where he can't be seen. They're fucking watching that Tracy Werner right now. That's what people don't realize. And then God is watching. So everything that these people do, like if you come against, remember, you'd be able to have a millstone tied around your neck and to be cast into the sea, then hurt one hair on my children's head. So if I am chosen, and that's for God to decide, and that person did what they did to me, they're going to fucking pay out their double. They got their jack off or whatever they're gooning now, their fucking man chowder breath or whatever, goo gargling on the fucking whatever. Reach around, no gasoline, no, they're sadistic, fucking sick people. They'll get theirs. That's why I don't see no vengeance. That's why I ain't going to go get their fucking IP address. But if you notice, this government is kind of starting to go after people for a lot of different things. So I think that Tracy Werner is fucked. Werner, whatever they're trying to see, they're trying to mimic me. Man, I got people trying to copy me. That's crazy. Oh, no, you're not the first one. Remember, you try to be my ex-girlfriend. You try to be my son. You always try to be. What a shitty fucking time we live in, brothers and sisters, where you could be unalived right now off the street. And it is that dangerous, because you can order all these badges off of Amazon and go get a fucking, a nicer new vehicle, a red vehicle, and go tint the windows tint. I give out the fucking windows were tinted. I just thought it'd look cool. Oh, we're going to have to charge you. Okay, we'll cover it on my insurance or something. Go get a window tinted fucking vehicle. Go out there, or you got something like that, and go disappear, Tracy Werner. Take his fucking dumb ass somewhere and just see you later. Nobody's going to miss him. Maybe it'd just be like my son and daughter, where he'll just be gone forever and nobody will fucking care to even look for him. You know what I'm saying? Okay, thanks, Ziggy. So you see what I'm saying? What a dangerous time we live in, where people think they can hide behind a fucking computer screen and somebody's not going to show up to their door with 5 guys and come take them out and fucking do something nefarious to them. So careful when you open your mouth here on the internet. You're not hiding from shit. I don't care if you got the greatest firewall in the fucking world. You realize you're not going anywhere. They know exactly where you're at. I don't care if you try to run without your phone. You've been sprayed, so they know where you're at. Yes, you have. So Tracy Wiener's a dumb motherfucker to open their mouth, and I guarantee you, they ducked the fuck out of here. They probably got some kiddie porn on their fucking. Somebody working at the CIA said, "Oh shit, I was looking over there at the fucking kiddie porn section." You're fuck, you dumbass. You're so fucked. When Father returns back, the judgment, it'll be twice the fold on you, because you're fucking with somebody in here who's not messing with anybody in here. I'm only trying to hang out with my family. You come in here like a viper trying to spray your fucking venom on me, your snake oil. Bam, twice the measure when he comes back. You can get away with it in this lifetime, but you're not going to escape it after judgment. So one judgment. We're all going to get judged at one time. And the kind of the beautiful thing, you read about judgment, you're going to get to be there when the things you did, it's all going to be seen, brothers and sisters. These people, none of this will be unknown. All these sins, all this covetousness, all these fucking trolls, all these people who say this disgusting, filthy shit. I know people do things for entertainment, brothers and sisters, but it's another thing to come in and talk about sexual innuendos, you know what I'm saying, and then use my fucking name. You know what a dirtbag you got to be to try to copy somebody and then pull off some goon in or whatever, they're fucking sucking the face, whatever. I don't know how the guy can suck his own dick, but apparently, he's got some kind of super fucking elastic or stretchy, man, or rubber, I don't know, whatever, but he can suck himself off. That's stupid. To sit there and think that they're going to get away with these things. And that's fine. They will get away with it maybe in this lifetime, but none of us are ever going to escape judgment. The Father is inside Tracy Wiener, whoever was typing that, and made them do that to try to come against me, to see if I would react to them and try to get their IP address and go fuck them up and teach them a lesson. And I ain't doing none of that shit. Somebody else will probably do it to them because they've probably been a schmuck their whole life. They're probably some government piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? They're probably some government piece of shit working for the government. I know the government's in this channel, brothers and sisters. Who else is doing the 923 ritual? Anywhere on YouTube, anywhere on Twitter, anywhere on Rumble, anywhere. Who's doing the 923 ritual? Who's doing the seventh king revealed as the eighth king? Who's doing this? Who's doing it with the connection all the way back to 923, to Obama's executive orders, to the 923 of the Revelation 12 sign, to the Alet symbol over America, the great red dragon? Nobody's put in the work that I put in here. And do I want anything for it? Nope. My treasure awaits, you fucking idiots. You don't know what I'm talking about. So this person is just adding to their own pile of shit when they try to do things like that to somebody. Careful. He said, once again, you better have a millstone tied around your neck and to be cast into the sea than to hurt one hair on my children's head. So these people forget, when you come against a man of God or a woman of God, you are going to have a hell to pay. So I just love the examples. That's what this ministry does. We make examples out of people's mistakes, and I have made plenty of them, and I will still continue to make mistakes. I'm not some perfect saint. Although I am a saint, I am a servant. Servant means saint. Saint means servant. I serve the word. I'm not perfect, but when I see somebody who points out that's just sheer evil, I'm going to point it out. A dog will bark when it sees evil, right? That's a bad dog if it doesn't bark. That is bad. That's righteous judgment. They're in the Broadway. Come in and make sexual fucking innuendos on a channel that's, supposedly has some kind of, we all procreate. Fornication is with the word too, by the way. It's not actually, if you have sex out of marriage, that's not going to be the end of the world for Father. He's more worried, are you standing up to people like Tracy Wiener that's trying to be oppressive? You know what I'm saying? Are you standing up to the government? Are you standing up to oppression, the cops that just want to fucking extort you for your merchant number? No, you're not. You're just going along to get along. So not caring at all about that person, but just using this as a prime example of the sadistic lifestyle of most people in this world, where their go off or get off is on other people's pain, pleasure from pain. Or it's this sadistic, lust lifestyle where everything is about sex. It constantly, most guys, all they can think about is getting fucking laid and tits. And women ain't much better. All they can think about is having that thing getting pounded, and they love it. And that's fine. We procreate, they want the D, guys want the P. That's the way it works. But there's more to life than procreating, So Go do that behind. I'm more of a, you know, um, I'm introverted when it comes to the bedroom. I might be more outspoken, but I don't share my fucking sex life with people online. I mean, go fuck yourself, right? There you go. Keep it to yourself. Okay. Go somewhere else. There's whole kinds of platforms that'll do that stuff for you to help you do it. Go get your rocks off over there. Then come after you're off. Let me just sit here and like a fucking pile of putty or something. You won't say anything. And then you'll be a whole lot better off to be in here. But don't come in here making sexual innuendos, or we'll just make an example out of your sadistic, uh, you know, we all procreate. No people want to get laid. That's cool. I got it. But don't start referring to sex when you're just talking and everything you make it about, because that's all you're about. It's like all some guys can think about is tits. Serious. That's all that's on their brain. They're so bad about it. They don't even care about the damn, the fire down below. They're a two-pump chump. They see the titties, they lose it. They can't get over the titties. They can't even hold their breath for just 1 second. Do it all night long to the break of dawn like Donkey Kong in any game. But whatever I'm saying, you know, dropping more than barrels on these motherfuckers. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to take a break here for a minute. Cook myself some hamburgers here. And so if you want to take a break here, well, actually, I'm going to pause this one because I think I got a hit on something online. So I'll come back in a little bit, guys. Appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in. Want to support the ministry. Trying to get the things I need to leave, but I'll get some things sold hopefully in the next week or so here, because I reposted everything, deleted and reposted all my ads today. So maybe that'll work. Doesn't seem to work unless I completely delete the ad and repost it. Only get about 2 or 3 hours, and everything goes down, you know. So I'm doing what I can here to try to get myself on the road and out of here if that's what Father allows me to do. So also make a mention if you have license plates, because I said that too, that you want to send to the ministry. There's a P.O. box in the description if you want to hang your plate from your state. So far we have Indiana, Arizona, California, Idaho, Washington. I don't have that many different states. I thought I had more states than that. I just have a lot of Oregon plates. So if you want to trade one too or something, let me know. I mean, I do a swap with you or something like that. Old plates, motorcycle plates, out of country plates, any plates that you'd want to see, you can look. I did it earlier in the stream. It looks pretty nice hanging on the top of the fence line. So if you're watching the restream and you want to send a plate, there's a P.O. Box 921, Christmas Valley, Oregon. It's out here where the sand dunes are at, the largest dark sky sanctuary. I really don't think we'll get too many duplicates. There's so many different plates too. So I know Oregon makes 1 million of them. But thanks for your time, and I'll come back potentially here for the end of the day, and we'll do it again. I'm gonna go make myself some food. I already made some eggs, but I think it's time to make some hamburgers. So thank you. Somebody gave the tithe. They did, and I went and spent it on burger again. I really want to get the pop-up tent, but that's $500. So I had $40. I'm like, I'm spending it on the, and appreciate it. I got that coffee too, which was nice to get a little treat for myself. So don't treat myself too often out here at the ministry. It's nice to do things for myself every once in a while. I'm super hyper focused on you guys. And remember, if you need a place to stay, if you know anybody who's homeless, that's part of this ministry, please get a hold of them and have them get a hold of me at Predestined for Light. I don't want anybody to go homeless or hungry. This ministry can provide. Please let me know. I mean, there are ways. There's plenty of food here. There's shelter here. I don't want any money from you to come out here. If you're part of this ministry, if you're one of those people, you run into hard times right now. That's why Father has provided this ministry. And instead of getting myself an attorney with my logistical things, I pay the ministry off, and I feel so good about that. So hopefully this ministry will provide, because that's what a ministry is supposed to do, is provide for the people who need it. So even after I'm gone, that it's still going to be here. Even if something happens to me, like I say, I go to jail for a little while, it's still going to be open to you guys. So this is your ministry. This is our ministry. This is our family, brother, sister. So thank you for being a part of that, because Father stripped everything else away, my other puppy here from me. And it's good to have something to kind of cling to. That's not so much worldly here that I can't see. That's more spirit. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for the thumbs up, and appreciate the support of the ministry. And I'll see you guys on the next HD Fat High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries broadcast. We'll sow some more seeds and stay in the Word. I'm glad things aren't, breaking down. That's good. I like what I see so far. I'm feeling pretty good that I got 30 days from court, and maybe things won't go off the rails, and I'll be able to exit out of here without any resistance, like major, you know what I'm saying? So much agape. And again, I appreciate all the support of the ministry. There's links in the description. If you want to support it in a monetary way, the PO box is there if you want to send a plate. And if not, comments are always on the videos are fine, and that's appreciated too. So you don't have to tithe monetary to be a part of this ministry ever once in your life. You're always, remember, you come here and live for, well, you'd have to work for your way, but you can live for nothing. I don't want your money. I'd actually like to give to you if I could. I'd like to give to you. People you're going to know. Maybe someday Father will provide some people out here. As of now, there is nobody here, just me and the birds and the cats and the dog. So love you, family, and I'll see you guys again, Father willing. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.